everyone, and welcome to the Albert Inn, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot! Today we're joined by a bunch of fun guests. We've got the Third Gallon podcast in these three spots, and the MichaelHoweArts with us. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello. Howdy.
Hi.
Doing good, how are you?
Oh, delightful, delightful as always. Before we get into these wonderful Forbidden Lands and we do some wonderful introductions, just one little announcement. It's Sunday, April 30th, last day of April, which means May's next week, tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be, thank you.
Maybe.
Yes. The only real big one we're talking about right now, the rest of them are going to be said on a later date, is Tuesday, Heroes Feast, 8 p.m. MT. Come on in for that. Smokey393, myself, and Ben are going to be talking about a bunch of TTRPG related things. And the system of the month is actually, it's either going to be Forbidden Lands or it's going to be Pathfinder 2e, because Derek has inspired me to look into all of those things and read into them a lot more. So we're going to be talking about those a little bit more on those days. Very excited to experience this. Well, let's just do the wonderful intros. That's the only real announcement we've got for now. Let's start with the Game Master. Derek, how you doing?
I am tired, but I'm doing good. Yeah, I mean, I've had a busy couple days. I think I have GM'd every single day for the past 4 days.
Oh boy.
Han's Beginner Box stream, Friday Forbidden Lands game, Saturday recording for Third Gallon, which is 2E Pathfinder, and then today. So I'm a little tired, but I'm doing fine.
At least it's only 2 systems. You don't have to mind your head around too many.
I have GM'd for a very long time at this point, and I feel like part of getting better as a GM, is getting experience. And for me, some of that experience is being careful about the things that I pick to run. Because while it is tough to GM 4 things, if you'll notice, I'm running the beginner box in Pathfinder 2e, which requires me to glance over it once, and then I can literally run it out of the book. Forbidden Lands, which requires very prep for me at this point. Very little prep.
Very little prep, yeah.
And then the only thing that actually takes a lot of effort is our 2e game for the Third Gallon. And half of that effort is just running a podcast and making sure we have all our ducks in a row so we can record good stuff.
And making sure we don't just talk about Kirby for half an hour.
Yes, do it. We will do it if I don't have my everything in order. So pro tip to all those who have not maybe not just getting into GMing, but have been into GMing and are starting to trying to gain more experience. You got to pick things that are easy for you to run, because then you can do it faster and with less effort. 80-20 rule.
80-20 rule. Oh yeah, it's what? Oh shoot.
80% of the result for 20% of the effort, or something like that.
Something like that. And I'm familiar with it, but I can never remember the exact terminology. Anyway,
I don't remember it either. I'll jump in to say, because for me in college, it was like, for certain classes, it was like I could throw an enormous amount of time at this to get an A, or I could throw a reasonable amount of time of it to get like a B+. And that's my 80-20 rule. Time management.
Reasonably so. And we've got the MichaelHoweArts. Hey, how you doing?
Doing well, how are you? I'm happy to be here.
Great. Do you have anything you want to talk about for your stuff? Because,
I stream through the week. My schedule will probably be shifting up soon, but yeah, I do digital art over there. Fantasy stuff generally, illustration, comics. I'm actually in the process of finishing up a new comic to be released in probably a month or 2, because I'm just working on the cover and little last minute edits.
It looks good though. You got good stuff going on there.
Thanks.
Real good stuff. And other artists as well. We got the Drow over here. Hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Drow. I got drunk from eating French toast this morning.
Poor thing. You were drugged.
I'm having a rough fucking time.
By the restaurant.
It was... It didn't even taste good. That's the worst part. If it had tasted good and I suffered for it, I'd be less upset. But it was trash nasty.
Oh.
Had a rough day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sad experience with French toast.
Uh-huh.
Not a sentence I ever thought
It
I'd
was
hear.
sourdough French toast.
It was weird. It was weird. And it was wet. It was just all wet. There was nothing crispy about it.
Which is like
Moist
wet brioche,
toast.
Moist
wet
toast.
brioche French toast. That's pretty good, especially if the wetness is
Yeah.
the syrup. But wet sourdough French toast.
Oh,
It was just
Ugh.
sloppy. It was just sloppy. They didn't cook out the bourbon, and it tasted like trash. It tasted like, oh, it's 2 p.m. I'm sitting across from Derek's grandmother, and all of a sudden I am about to cry. Because that's what happens. I either start laughing or I start crying when I'm drunk.
I mean, you did
Anyways.
that. You did both.
I did. That's great to know. That's
You
great
did laugh
to know.
some.
Okay. Anyways, I do
Oh.
art.
it's good art. Go check them out. It's good stuff. Should have grabbed one of those links too. I should have made that the Twitch link. Ugh. And also, Jacob, hey, hi. I don't know if
Hi.
you have anything individual yet.
Jacob does not do anything.
Listen, you can't find me online, so don't worry about it.
You
Hold
can
on, I
only
gotta
find him on the
recognize
Third
your
Gallon
existence.
podcast.
But as
And
far
honestly,
as
that's
things...
enough for him.
Oh yeah, Third Gallon podcast. But as far as things concerned for like tabletop RPGs, I've played since middle school. My first couple in middle school, a couple in high school, and then for the past 8 years, the first half of that, I was the primary GM for a Pathfinder 1E game. And then we co-opted GMing Derek and I between various games. So I've got at least experience playing tabletop RPGs.
You say half. I've been GMing coming up on 6 years, so.
Oh, that's right. So a little, yeah. A little less
Did
than
you-
half is the primary one.
Successfully pass off the forever GM hat
I
to
did.
someone else.
Yeah.
What it was is I was the only one in our entire group had any experience with RPGs other than like Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep from Borderlands 2.
Or
You know,
Skyrim.
except for memes and fantasy stuff, I was the only one who actually played tabletop RPGs, so I had to be the GM. But I prefer to be a player. That being said, being a GM is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You passed the buck on to me.
I sure did.
You passed it on to Derek
As
right
soon
after
as I
you
got out of
betrayed
college
the
and had
fuck
time.
out of all of us.
Yep, I got
So
Derek
you
got
handed
to.
off a bunch of paranoid little sons of bitches.
I sure did. It was great.
Yeah, the last thing you GM'd was a betrayal thing from our trusted NPC, and then you handed it over to me. I was like, great. I love this.
Congratulations.
Good job, good job, good job. Well, I don't know if you have any other like random little icebreakers you planned out, Derek. You usually do, but
Sure. So yeah, if anyone out there listens to our podcast, The Third Gallon, we play episodes just like we play TTRPGs, which is we bullshit for about 30 minutes sometimes. It's usually not that long on it because it's edited down and everything, but we like to games are social experiences, so I like to do like a social thing, and I'm trying to think of a good icebreaker. I really liked when we were talking about Hans's thing. Oh, I got one. This
What's
is related
the worst
to.
French toast you've ever had?
Well, we've already had that discussion.
That's a joke.
So I think I got one. So I think I've mentioned this on Hans's stream, but I want to bring it up again here. So I started playing Forbidden Lands, or I started running it for the podcast. The whole point of it was the podcast is to try new games that have been on my bookshelf, and like give us a format to where we don't have to do a long campaign and try these different things out. And now we're playing Pathfinder 2e and we love it, so it's going a little long, or really long. But
Yeah.
one of the things that drew me to Forbidden Lands, part of it was like the art style, because it's done in this ink, like black and white ink style from that kind of is reminiscent of older D&D books. But the other thing that really kind of sold me on it was the fact that it's a hex crawl. And I had run the year before a good chunk of Tomb of Annihilation in 5e, which is also majorly a hex crawl. Like that's the bulk of what it is. And I was very unsatisfied with how the hex crawl mechanics were explained in the Tomb of Annihilation book. It was not very good. And it was very slow, repetitive. And then whenever we switched to Forbidden Lands, like after reading the rulebook, it was like, whoa, this looks like fun. Like this looks like a whole mini system of a game, just about exploring. And like I like survival style video games, but like I always kind of thought that it's hard to translate that into a TTRPG, like a tabletop experience, without getting tedious and boring and everything. But Forbidden Lands was the first thing that I ever did that made that work. And what I had said in Hans's stream was, this was the kind of game that I had always wanted to run when I started GMing, because it basically wants you to not have a overarching story that's maybe not linear, but like a kind of directional story. It wants to let your players be able to say, I want to go explore this thing. I heard about it and I want to do it. And like you can have those like multiple branching path kind of things. So I wanted to ask you guys, and I know the answers for some of these players because I run the games for them, is compared to, I guess, what would be the traditional D&D campaign where you have like a sort of linear story, like an end goal in mind, a BBEG, if you will. Compared to that, what is your experience playing something kind of non-linear and open exploration style, and which type of game do you prefer? I'll go at least in order on my Discord here. Start with Jacob.
Jeez, that's a hard one. I love them. I hate it because I love them both. I have yet to regret playing a game that has me on rails, even as long as the story is good and comprehensible. I think the go-to one I have for that is probably when we've played Reign of Winter. I'm not going to talk about plot to avoid spoilers, because I highly recommend playing that if you like 1E.
It's cold.
Pathfinder 1E. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The biggest spoiler of all, it's cold.
It's very cold.
It's cold. Yeah, but like you're completely on rails for that one, but it is wonderful because the system helps you build a character appropriate for that game. But I had such a fun time the first time we started playing Forbidden Lands, just because you didn't know what was going to happen. You can't prepare for everything. Are you going to run into orcs? Are you going to suddenly be attacked by a dozen animals who are like, hey, get off my land? You can't prepare for everything, and there's something special about that. It's hard to, I guess, min-max an open-world game. So you can't prepare for everything, and it makes it special.
Since you were in the Tomb of Annihilation game, which is another, it had more heavy plot things to go after, but the same kind of day-to-day game was the same. Like you're exploring these different hexes, looking for stuff. What things did you note as a player feeling different, jumping from one to the other?
Oh. Well, I suppose in Tomb of Annihilation, we got like 3 side quests all at once, and it was kind of overwhelming. Because you're like, I know the game has this for us, but I don't want to be over-leveled and make it fun when we get to one of them. So I want to do it in the quote-unquote right order.
Right.
Because being way too strong is not fun, and being way under level is definitely not fun.
Yep.
But I suppose what it ultimately boils down for that is Tomb of Annihilation was a game mechanic shoved in that wasn't there first. Whereas Forbidden Lands is where they built around the game mechanic at the start.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
a hex crawl in Forbidden Lands feels a bit more fun than the hex crawl in Tomb of Annihilations, where even though I had a fun time playing it, the mechanics themselves always boiled down to a survival roll. Whereas in Forbidden Lands, it's kind of the same thing, but you can do things because your survival roll does so many different things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's better organized. Everything boils down to one survival roll in Tomb of Annihilation, more or less. Especially if you have anyone in your party who can create food and water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Druids throw everything off.
Right. So like it's just like we roll the one survival check. We don't get lost. Great. Do we have a random encounter, right? But like here, we'll get into this more when we start the actual session here, but like it's organized a lot more. Yes, it all boils down to survival at the end, but survival can do a lot of different things, and if you fail one of them, you get mishaps, right? And the mishaps send you off on a little, not a side quest, but it's a new problem that you have to deal with. So
Yeah.
you can have random encounters, but they're not all, you fight this thing. They can be roleplay encounters. They could be just finding something interesting. And then on top of the random encounters, you have those like mishaps, right? So the game generates content for you more dynamically, I guess, than the Tomb of Annihilation module did, more, in my opinion. Cool. So I want to go to Michael Howe next. I know you play Forbidden Lands with us regularly. We play every other Friday in a little home game. Have you had any experience with like really open-ended world D&D games or tabletop games? Or have you even, like, more specifically, before that game, played a hex crawl style TTRPG at all? Oh, you're muted, by the way.
Good sir.
Thank you. No, the answer to both of those is I hadn't done any hex crawler open world games before we did Forbidden Lands, so that was exciting, especially since you were so excited to share it. It's funny because it's, I'm not sure if chaotic is the right word. It's definitely, it's less linear, and
Right.
so there's no clear
Chaotic
goal
is
that we
right.
could be all like, oh, we're working towards this. It's like, which way do we want to go?
Right.
Yeah, I really
Ha-
love.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really love seeing like new parts of the map get uncovered. I wouldn't expect that to be so cool, but it's like, oh look, there's a new place we have.
It feels
Right.
like daily life in that setting, kinda. At least to me. Is that what you were getting at, Michael Howe?
How do you mean?
Less planned, more just, oh, we're making this decision on the fly.
Oh, so like
kinda.
mean less, oh, we're going to go here, it takes you a week, versus you get to kind of, maybe not in too much depth, but live out what that's like and experience it without it being tedious. Is that what you mean, Joe?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
that
a
makes
day-to-day
sense.
life.
Yeah.
Like you're living a day-to-day life inside a character.
Mhm.
Right. Well, I got to ask then,
Yeah.
Michael, because I know you've played a lot of different games. How do you like that? I know it can put more onus on the players to kind of, I guess, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but like be willful about what they want to do versus, oh, what are we going to play today? And having kind of things not forced to you, but like giving you kind of a loose track to be on. Is it harder as a player for you? Or do you like the more pseudo-linear style of play? How's your experience between both, Ben, and what's your preference?
I think I personally prefer a little bit more of stuff being fed, which is why it's nice when there are the random encounters or when we do come across a new thing, because that then generally helps focus things in a little bit more. But I know, there's a nice range and it all depends. But personally, I like a little bit more.
Yeah, and
Linear.
admittedly, as your GM, I've gotten a little bit better. In the beginning, I was like just I had enough on my plate, kind of keeping the campaign coherent, because your one goal in the beginning was building up like a stronghold, and then I started actually trying to put short-term plots in front of you.
Oh yeah,
on
and
that
those
note,
have been really fun.
Yeah. On that note, though, there is actually like adventure path kind of content. So for the base game, there's a module called Raven's Purge, but it's really cool. The way it works isn't like, here is the story, go play through it. It just is a book full of adventure sites. And theoretically, you can go through them in any order you happen to find out about them. There's kind of loose, you probably need to do this before that. But it's completely up to the GM to put what in front of you where. It's super cool. And for each expansion they've released, so they have another one called the Bitter Reach, and it's both a setting and another one of those like module kind of things, which is a collection of adventure sites, right? And then they have the Blood March is the newest thing that's come out that has the same kind of thing: expansion, a new map, and a bunch more adventure sites to go with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Murray, have you done any exploration stuff before? I know that we've talked on Hans's stream about how you like the whole quest log thing. You want to make it more MMO-y. Is this something that you've ever experienced before as a player or tried to do as a GM?
I've never actually tried it as a GM, mainly because I've mostly just GM'd inside the D&D system, which uses grids. But I've played in a Call of Cthulhu campaign once where we did use Hex, because in the previous ones it felt just more fluid in a Hex system as opposed to grid, especially with your focus. I don't know what the current edition of Call of Cthulhu is, or if it follows the same principles, or how much it's changed, but way back then, which was over 10 years ago,
Oof.
That was we used Hex for Call of Cthulhu. So
Gotcha.
minor experience, nothing like this, and I love this. The whole Hex for travel. I think it's a lot simpler, and the way they do, I say it's a lot simpler. The way they do like your survival techniques in here is just brilliant.
Oh yeah, I am a huge fan. The main thing that we're going to get into, like right when we start playing, is how like food and water resource management work. Because we played a lot of Pathfinder 1E, and we would get to the point where we would, because we were using Hero Lab, we would track arrows and like rations and stuff like that because we had the tools to do it.
Cool.
And like that was all cool and fun, but it was always a little bit of like tax work. And now it's just like, oh, you roll your resource die, and if it's a 1 or a 2, it goes down. It's so easy. It's a nice balance.
One I do want to try is the SCP one. The SCP TTRPG is hex grid based, and
beautiful.
I want to try that so badly.
Well, it is important to note that like the hex crawl is mostly like the overworld map part of this. The actual like combat, you could do it on a grid, you could do it on a hex. We just normally do it on a chart for Theater of the Mind. The book gives no recommendations. Its distances are like long, short, near, and arm's length. And like it just says like you can move from one of those to the other based on your movement, usually just one. Which I personally like, especially when we were starting our podcast. It was like, oh great, this makes it really easy to narrate for audio form, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Theater of the Mind. I love tactical combat. I love Pathfinder 2e, D&D 5e for that. But like, especially in exploration, I always find some Foundry maps make it nicer than others. But like, I always find maps are kind of useless until there's a tactical combat, and Theater of the Mind is a really powerful tool. But cool. Drow, you have been with me and Jacob since the beginning on this whole Forbidden Lands thing. How do you like the whole open-ended approach to it? And do you prefer it to linear, or do you like the linear stuff a little bit more? And tell us why Wolfkin are the best.
You can't go wrong with hunting instincts. You just cannot go wrong with hunting instincts. You can dump as much willpower, at least in our games, into your hunting instincts on a specific target, and it's like, yeah, I can hit with like 5 more dice if I decide to. Just because I'm a dog.
Cahoon slaughtered stuff, and he was just a rogue. He wasn't even like a like fighter class.
Bark.
Big old bark.
Big old bark. But in terms of preferences, I honestly don't have a preference.
Okay.
A non-linear game and a game that has a plot and threads to follow like that, basically apples and oranges to me.
That's fair. I'm actually really curious because you're in my group with Jacob, and we've really just gone off the deep end into 2e right now on the 3rd gallon. There's no way we could play it in our current iteration, but Pathfinder has for 2e released the Kingmaker Adventure Path. Kingmaker came out in 1e, and it had a hex crawl element to it, but it was doing the exploring territory from the perspective of you're building up a settlement, and then that grows into you're building up a kingdom, which is super dope. They had a video game made about it, and then they basically almost rewrote the whole thing for 2e. Like the story I think is the same, but they've included a bunch of elements from the video game. They have like a whole bunch of 2e mechanics. They've made a massive adventure path. It's on my shelf, and the book for the 2e Kingmaker Adventure Path is as thick as the core rulebook, and it's dope. And
Holy
then it
crap.
has a.
That's a big book.
I'm gonna go get it. Hold on.
Go get it. I want to see this. Yeah, I want to see this giant tome. Fuck me sideways.
It comes in a. I got mine because I backed it. It comes with a little like what is this sheath thing for these
like
two books?
Yeah.
A sleeve.
Sleeve. There we go.
A sleeve. Don't say
So
sheath.
this
Don't say it like
is
that.
the
Sheath my
adventure
book.
path.
Ugh.
Holy cow.
So
And it-
that book, Derek, has all 6 books of the adventure path and what else in it?
It's just a bunch of expanded content, really.
Oh,
And then it also
so
has
good.
this, which is the companion guide, because part of it is also like getting companions and like NPCs and whatever. And it includes a lot of the people from the video game that came out later. And it not only just has like, this is this person, here's their stat blocks at different levels. It also has like their backstory. It has quests that are their own little modules that you can do for them. It's awesome. And
That's cool.
One day. One
go.
day.
That's
Sounds
really
No,
fun.
let's be real, Jacob. Let's be real.
One day.
And
No,
for everyone who
okay.
likes 5e,
We've
they
been
Very
saying
long
the
time.
same thing with like
They
the
released
insanity
a
system one.
5e bestiary for it as well.
They did?
Um,
Okay, cool.
Wait,
So I don't think it would be
didn't
easy
realize
to run
Pazio
in
made
5e.
anything that was 5e
Yo.
connected.
Yeah, they do. I recently picked up their. That's Kobold Press, never mind, and Nord Games.
Yeah.
I've moved to Kobold Press and Nord Games and Paizo for all 5e content lately.
But they had the
They've got
bestiary
some
for
really
it.
good shit.
If you wanted to run Kingmaker actually in 5e, it would be a lot of work to convert, but like having those monsters is like a big head start. I think they're releasing Abomination Vaults for 5e, like completely, which would be super dope because Paizo's adventures are amazing.
Pretty sick.
Anyway, this isn't a Paizo stream. I might be a Paizo fanboy, admittedly, but this isn't a Paizo stream. We're going to be playing Forbidden Lands. I will direct you all to Foundry, where I'm going to do something I typically don't do when Forbidden Lands, and that is going to be reveal the entire game map.
Ooh.
Oh boy, heresy.
Oh my
I know.
Who are you, and what have you done with Derek?
When we did
So
our test, I
normally-
only saw like these hexes.
There's the
Yeah.
Dankwood.
The
Normally-
Jackwood.
I only reveal like the area you are, and I just like hex by hex reveal everywhere you explore. So the longer you play, the more you see of the map, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
That's honestly, if you're going to run the game, using the Foundry module and playing it like that, I use a plugin called Simple Fog that lets me like reveal each hex more or less. That's the best way to do it because part of the game's like experience system is been to a hex that you haven't been before, and it's easier to track that way. But we're starting you guys out. You are seasoned adventurers, sort of.
Ooh.
Level 1
You
season
have-
adventures.
You have done some adventuring. You know enough of this land, and also, if I'm being honest, being able to see the map is a lot cooler on stream. You are going to be starting out our adventure today in the quaint little town that some people here will recognize of Eaglehold.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Take me to the Rumping Eagle.
Eaglehold is a small town on the Elia River. Right before it feeds, I think, or doesn't feed into it. It flows from Lake Varda, which again, people who have played in my Friday game will recognize this place. But alas, it is not the Eaglehold you know because we are in a new instance of this world. So Eaglehold is not a very big town. It is but a hamlet. It is an old town built over 300 years ago during the Alder War. The premise of the Forbidden Lands campaign setting for everyone who's new to it is that this area, the general like map is called Ravenland, and a long time ago there was a great like war between Zygofer, this sorcerer, and his demons, who like he unleashed basically a portal to hell to like flood the land with demons and take it over, and people fought back against him. And then at some point in time, the war ended because this blood mist was released. And the blood mist is something that would come out at night. And anyone who like went out into it, like away from their home or especially away from their like town, they would never be found again. Like, or you would find their dead body. So everyone had to like had to be able to come back to their house or their home village before night came. And it was like that for 300 years. And that has basically left. So like the war is more or less gone. Zygofer doesn't have the same presence, but one day, like, or 1 year, the blood mist just started not showing up. Like, it started being not as big of a deal, and then like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until it's utterly gone. So the whole land is like this, just littered with ruins and like disconnected groups of people and whatever. And that's where the current day more or less takes place, like 5 years after the blood mist is lifted. Things are like starting to reconnect. but there's like tons of adventuring to do and lost things to find, right? So this town was built before the Blood Mist happened. It is ruled by an elderly human named Emerson, Emerson Hearthsparrow. It's in a beautiful spot because it has a couple bridges over where these two rivers, I think, meet. Beautiful bridges over it. There's fishing there. There's a little mill. There are 2 inns on opposite side of the main street in town. One is called the 12 Eagle Tavern, and the other one is called the Bloody Eagle. And if you would look on the menus of these inns, you would see that they both serve grilled rodent, but they serve it slightly differently, and each one claims that theirs is the better way to serve it. There's also a small there's also a small trading post. And if you're curious, Derek, this is a cool little town. Where'd you come up with this? I didn't. I rolled on the random tables in the Game Master's Guide, and it built this town for me. Because that is the coolest thing about Forbidden Lands from a Game Master's perspective, is it gives you all the tools to build towns, dungeons, castles, you name it. Like, it gives you everything you need, and you don't need to do a ton of prep and creative work if you don't want to, because you can generate these things, throw them in your notes, and run them right out the gate. Sometimes some people can even just do it on the fly with some web versions of these tools, and it's super awesome. But this is the town of Eaglehold, and you 4 adventurers are eating in one of these 2 taverns, either the 12 Eagle Tavern or the Bloody Eagle. Do we have any vote on which one that you've chosen?
Well, what
I
type
think
of rat do
12
they have?
Eagles is cooler.
The 12 what?
Ow.
I think 12 Eagles
cooler?
is cooler.
Okay.
The Bloody Eagle has magnificent rodent.
What are the
think-
sweets like?
I think the
Which
Bloody
one has
Eagle.
grilled rodent?
They both have grilled rodent. One of
Ugh.
them is more like a like sautéed with a sauce, and the other one is like roasted and has like a little cherry in the rodent's mouth.
Oh, roasted. Which one has roasted?
Let's call that one the 12 Eagle.
Do they have nice sweets?
I mean, they have,
Only rodent.
they have some like pastries, but
rodent.
nothing super fancy.
Candied rodent skin?
Candied rodent.
Ugh.
Pickled rodent tails.
Pickled rodent tails.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that
no.
sounds beautiful.
Candied rat. You hold the
Candied
cake.
rat.
Candied rat. Oh, like a
Caramel
lollipop.
rat on a stick.
Sucking on my meat.
But I guess we'll say that you're in the roasted one, so that'll be the 12 Eagle Tavern.
Nice.
And before we zoom in on your characters, I'm going to do, now that I've like set the scene and got us prepared, I'm going to read my favorite thing, which is I have a little
yes.
intro script for every time we start playing Forbidden Lands. And that is, for 300 years, the Blood Mist prevented all in Ravenland from straying far from the comfort of their hearths. Now the mist is gone. Brave souls and cunning scoundrels now wander the cursed world, sealed away behind the iron lock, to find their fortune in the Forbidden
Forbidden
Lands.
Lands.
I love having a like intro to a session, like a pre-written one. That's like my favorite thing. It gets my monkey brain in play mode. But you guys are sitting here, and you are all recalling an event that has transpired in your recent travels on the way to Eaglehold. At some point in time, you found another traveler, a fellow traveler, camping in the wilderness, and wanting the company and the pre-built campsite. You joined this traveler. It was an old man with a long gray, like flowing beard and a floppy hat. He had a strange, like brownish yellow hue to his eyes, and he was eager to welcome you. And you swapped tales. When the old man told you of a tale that he had heard, he was traveling in the opposite direction from you, and he told you, "Oh, have you ever heard of the lost tomb of the Iron Lord?" So we're going to in medias res this, and you are all sitting around this campfire now. What would any of you say?
I don't know about you all, but I'm very interested in that lost tomb.
Oh, I should say, before you speak, can you tell me what your character looks like and what their name is?
Well, it's a little bit late for me.
I'm sorry. That's on me.
My character's name is Drow, because that's what Forbidden Lands said it was. That's what Foundry said it was. I'm an elf. I'm a sorcerer, and it's up to you what Drow looks like. TBH, just an elf.
That's fair. Elves are somewhat timeless in their appearance. So you what did you say again?
I don't know about you, but I'm very interested in finding out about this lost tomb.
Delightful. Does anyone else need to speak up?
Yeah, my guy Lirin, who's a half elf. He's got long, wild, chestnut-colored hair. Wears like natural fiber clothes. He's actually barefoot. He's got a big staff.
And stinky.
And no. He washes them in every stream they go by.
Oh, stinky.
Yeah, he says, I haven't heard of the tomb. Do tell.
Oh, the tomb. Oh, the tomb. It has long been lost to legend since the blood mist came upon the lands. Oh, in the mountains north of Whaler's Hold rests the tomb of the Iron King. No eyes have yet beheld what happened to this tomb since the blood mist has lifted. I found about it in an old tome, but I'm afraid my old bones cannot carry me up the slopes. It is quite a climb to reach the tomb of the Iron King. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Iron Lord.
Iron Lord. My bad. Sorry.
Speaking up for the first time, you see let me move over to my tab labeled Old Muscular Man.
Oh, God.
As a dwarf with eyebrows so bushy you can no longer see his face, and a also very long white beard, and just rippling muscles, and just really wrinkly. He goes, your old bones must be weak. My old bones are strong enough to handle a mountain. This is Groglin, my dwarven minstrel.
Make a lore check, Groglin, seeing as you are a dwarf.
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Let me roll 2 dice.
Oh, no successes.
No successes.
So,
Can I push that?
you may not push it. For those who are new to the Forbidden Lands system, the way this works is you have, for every ability you have, or for everything you need to roll, you're going to roll a pool of dice. There are only 4 attributes in this game. So instead of your strength, dex, con, charisma, intelligence, wisdom, you have strength, agility, wits, and empathy. Each of those 4 attributes will have 4 skills associated. So 4 attributes, 16 skills, 4 per. I'm not going to list all of them because there's a lot. So you'll have between 2 and 6 in an attribute, and you'll have a certain number of dice and skills, maybe 0, maybe like 1 to 3. So what Jacob has done here is he rolled lore, which will be his wits plus his lore, which was only 2 dice. And any 6s he gets is a success. So, but any skulls he gets is bane, and those don't matter until you push rolls. You can only push rolls when you're like desperate to succeed. But he didn't get any successes. So instead of your normal D20 where you roll a die, D20, and you want to like hit a certain number, here you just count up the number of D6s you have, and any 6s you get means you win. You did it. You succeed, usually. But he does not. He failed his lore check. The traveler says to you, "Oh, you may be old, but I sense in you some strength yet. Unfortunately, I need to go to a retirement home. But you may know, good Sir Dwarf, the tales of the Iron Lord. He rests now. He was one of your kin, a dwarf of Whaler's Hold, and now he rests in the mountains north of his old hold, unknown and unseen since the blood mist." Does anyone else want to introduce, Murray, would you like to introduce your character at all around this fire with this elderly traveler?
Yeah. Kind of looking a little timidly and shy, maybe a little inside the shadows, is good old Jin. He's a halfling, a little elderly as well, along the lines of graying and wrinkling a bit. And halflings, they live a little longer than most, so he's not that elderly, he's just old. And he's gonna look up with little beady eyes and, I don't know, guys. It sounds a little scary, like there might be something in there that wants to eat us.
Would you
I
do
don't
a
like
Scooby
Scooby.
snack?
It
Scooby?
is a scary place. It is a terrifying place, and there are dangers in it. But surely, a party of adventurers like yourselves, these would pose no threat. But be wary. There are many dangers on the road and in the tomb.
Sounds like a good place to die.
I don't want to die.
Die? I
Who
don't
said
want to
anything
die.
about that?
That was quite a leap of logic. So, other than pure archaeological interest, what is the benefit of going to find this tomb of an Iron Lord?
The Iron Lord was said to have many treasures and ruled over a great kingdom. To be sure, there must be rare and precious things in his tomb, if none have explored it in so long, and none have been able to reach it. However, I have found out about it in this tome, and only seek to inform the great adventurers that I see about its place. And you are the first that I have encountered. Their eyes kind of glow with a smile. Oh, of all that my bones could take me with you. But here,
and they like give you. So we're having you see the whole map, but if we weren't, I'd give you a quick like sketch of the direction. He gives you a quick map, which marks the town of Eaglehold as like a landmark, and then it says due south of Eaglehold is a mountain range that contains his tomb. But you will have to keep a sharp eye, for the tomb is not on the ground, but up in the cliffs.
Ooh.
We gotta climb.
I'm afraid so.
And a little noodle arm.
And at that, we'll have the scene go, and you are all reflecting on this in this tavern at Eaglehold. You've made it here after traveling here. This is one of the landmarks you're able to find. It is the middle of the day, like around noon. Let's say you're having lunch, but you're not suffering like drow and getting a bourbon-soaked French toast and being surprised
Thank
by
God.
We have
I
a
can't-
lemon-soaked
I can't-
rat.
it.
I'm gonna leave this call, Jacob.
What would you like to
Oh,
do?
dear.
The day is yours, and the rat is delicious.
I'm gonna start a food fight.
I'm gonna start just suckling on my candied rat while I watch the food fight.
You start a food fight. It gets rowdy. You get kicked out. No, do you want to start a food fight? We can start a food fight.
I'm so tempted, but I think that maybe is actually bad decision. So no, no. I'm gonna think about it really hard though. I'm just gonna
What
eat.
delightful rats. We should leave and continue to the mountains.
Hey, you think they got any gun drop buttons here?
They do, in fact, have some candied gun drop buttons.
You don't need candy. You need more meat on your bones.
I
Shoves a
need more
turkey
fat
leg.
on my
For
bones.
another rats.
Another
I
bone.
love rats. Drinks all around.
Ah.
So
Ah.
you finish your meal. I will put your token on the map here on top of Eaglehold.
I totally pick up some gun drop buttons.
You
As
so-
we're leaving the tavern, I pick up a couple pieces of bread off the counter and take it outside, crumpling it, and then dropping it for any rats I see around.
Aw, you're
Gotta fatten them
baiting.
up to be grilled.
That's right.
Good move. Good move. So now you will leave Eaglehold, heading south as guided, and you're fortunate that so you have to cross a river, but Eaglehold actually is on a prime spot where the river's a bit narrower and there's a bridge over it, a nice I think freshly built wooden bridge if I remember right too. It has some eagle carvings on it. You cross over it heading south, and now I will need someone to make a roll to lead the way. Now, before we get into this, the way survival works is every day is split up into 4 quarter days. You have morning, daytime, evening, and night. Currently, we're going to play that the morning, daytime, and evening quarter days are light, so we'll be in the summertime basically, and the night one is dark. And you can do a couple different things. So you can lead the way, which is if you want to move hexes, you have to roll to lead the way. If you fail, you'll still probably make progress, but you'll have a mishap. Whilst one person is leading the way, someone else can do scouting to keep watch. whenever it gets close to night, so in the evening quarter day, you might want to stop and make camp. That'll also be a survival roll. But one person can make camp, and others can do foraging to go look for vegetables or to find water. If you're near a body of water, you can roll to go fishing. And you could also, if you have the right tools, you could go hunting with traps or with a bow. And that's basically how the game works. We also track your like food and water as you move with what's called resource die. So the resource die starts at a D12 and goes down to a D6. Every morning, you roll your resource die. If you get a 1 or a 2, you knock it down a die size until you get to D6, and then if you get a 1 or a 2, you just out of whatever that is. You're not going to have to roll today because you ate in Eaglehold, and you had a great meal.
Sweet. Am I supposed to start with 1 food, though? 1 D6 of food?
Why don't we all
Depending
start...
on your profession, you start with different things than other people.
I think
have
that
a
is
D8
right.
of food and a D6 of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that is right then.
Because I think Rogue
okay.
comes with 1 D6 of each. I'll double check.
Yeah. If it doesn't, then you can fix it because it may have gone down from when we played last. I don't think anyone decreased, if I remember right.
Mine did, yeah. Rogue comes with 1 D6 of each.
Okay. Sweet. Cool. Okay, so as far as the game's concerned, it is now the daytime quarter day, and you are heading south, so I need someone to lead the way.
Could I do it?
You certainly could.
I'm so excited for this adventure. I feel as though I would be not so subtly like, hey, let's leave. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's leave. Let's do this.
While they lead the
Go ahead.
While they lead the way, can I roll scouting?
Yes, roll scouting if you want to keep watch and look out for any threats.
And multiple people can scout, right?
I'll say so.
Okay.
All right, so it looks like Roglin and Liren are going to scout, but they have no successes. Drow rolled a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die, and got 1 success to lead the way.
Too.
You may also roll scouting.
Sweet, that's going to be a whole 2 dice.
Yay!
Woo!
No
Awesome.
successes.
No successes.
Scouting!
Yeah! We don't know shit!
You travel south 2 hexes because you're on plains. There's gentle rolling hills as you cross over the river. Nice tall grass. It's a beautiful summer day. Maybe a little hot, but the plains are wide open, and you don't seem to see any threats. Now it'll be the evening quarter day, and you could choose to push on into the night, or you could roll to make camp. And if one person is making camp, perhaps someone else could go try to hunt food or forage for food if you want to replenish your, or prevent your food resource die from depleting.
What?
Rytak in the chat is just saying, beware of creepy stalker rabbits. Rytak plays a dwarf who is a chef. He did a lot of foraging in our game. And he kept having this random encounter where he'd meet a rabbit and he wouldn't be able to find any vegetables because the rabbit had eaten it. And it happened like 3 times.
The same goddamn rabbit.
Anyway.
Is foraging survival or scouting?
It is also survival. Yeah. Basically everything is survival for the survival part of the game.
If you forage, if you hunt, if you fish, it's all survival, but each action has like talents you can take to make you better at that individual action.
And if
making
you get
camp is also a survival.
And there's equipment you can get, like making camp you can get flint and steel.
Flint and steel tents.
Yeah, or if you're fishing you can get like a line or a net. And those will add extra dice to your pool that you roll when you do those things.
Is there a coconut as well? Didn't we put the lime in the coconut?
No, coconuts. Look, coconuts are in fact for leading the way, you know, because you have to morale.
Yeah.
Who wants to roll to make camp?
I will do it.
All right.
I'm bad at all those things.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, what is everybody's survival roll? Like total dice.
Oh.
Total of 6.
Because I have a total of 2.
Lol.
Okay. 3, 2, and then what was Lyrian's?
6.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, sweet. So, during this quarter day, Drow will successfully make camp in the plains, finds a nice open spot that is conducive to setting up some bedrolls and putting a fire down and gets it going. Does anyone else want to do anything? You could just sit here or help out. You could also, if you want to roll survival to forage, you could find more food or you could find more water. Or you could try to hunt if you have like a bow or a trap.
I'm gonna try to forage, like greens,
Okay.
vegetables, other things like that.
Okay, both you and Liren?
Yep.
Are you gonna try and forage gumdrops?
Oh,
All right. So Liren, you said you foraging
I'm gonna try
separately?
to.
Yeah, I was doing it by myself.
Okay. You're able
Candy
to
some
successfully
raspberries.
find.
Well,
Are you
what
looking
we're,
for food or water?
Either.
Okay. Let's say food, I guess, because I think food is the thing you're shortest on right now. Unfortunately, Jin tries to go off and forage, but encounters a mishap because he got no successes. So we're going to roll on the mishap table. It's my favorite.
This looks like a good berry.
No feet. No feet trauma. No feet trauma. No feet
give
trauma.
us feet. Give us feet.
No!
Yeah.
This can't continue, Jacob.
It has to.
I'm trying to see here. Roll for me, please. You know what? It's not putting it in the. It's not putting it in the chat. However, I have the physical book, and I will not be stopped.
Roll. I have the chart pulled up if you want to roll a d6.
Yeah, I got D60, or it's D6 or is it D66?
It's just 1d6.
All right. I have gotten a 4.
Would you like me to read it?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Torn clothes. Your clothes are damaged. Your boots break or your robe snags on thorny plants or sharp rocks. You must roll for the effects of cold. Your clothes can be mended by making a successful crafting roll.
So you go out to find some berries. You're unsuccessful. Maybe you find a thorny bush and you're like, this looks like some sort of berry plant. And you get stuck in it and your clothes get ripped up. And even though it is the summer in the Forbidden Lands, at night, it starts to get cold. And you, besides looking less fashionable, feel like this is something you need to deal with. You're able to make back to camp, but all of you see him coming in and you just kind of look all torn up.
You can't run away from a thorn bush.
What do you guys want to do?
Did I go? I went up in food, right?
You found 1 unit of vegetables, so to make that into food and like bump your die up, you need to be able to cook it, which I think you need to have like chef talent. We're used to Urus doing that for us in the Friday game, but what you can do, just like with meat, is just eat them raw and forgo having to roll 1 day. So if someone is at a D6 or out of food, you could just eat. So you've got 1 success. You could eat your 1 unit of vegetables and just forgo having to roll that day.
Okay.
Gin, come here. Let me fix that cloak for you.
Yes, please.
Groglin will roll a crafting roll to try and fix Gin's cloak.
All right.
Come on.
Hey,
Ooh.
2
Three.
successes. You put on your little dwarfen spectacles, like down at the tip of your nose, and you start sewing them up. And without much effort, before it's even time to go to bed, you get the clothes fixed up and patched up.
Just as good as new, and it's fixed, but you can tell it has been tailored. Like, it's not good looking, but it's working.
It's ugly, but it's warm.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Groglin. It's like all
You're
torn
welcome.
in specific places, like around where my arms are and where my legs are.
There you go. Sweet. Okay, so it is now going to be the morning quarter day. Nothing happens.
Well, we have to roll, don't we?
You will have to roll your resource die. Now, one of you can eat the
Alright.
vegetables to forgo having to roll it.
Who
Hey,
wants
we
to
would
Jin,
like
do you
that.
want? Jin, do you want these vegetables?
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Oh no.
I
Are
am
you out of water, Drow?
water.
Oh boy.
Ah!
Ah.
And
Still need to roll
Lyrian,
water.
Lyrian is also out of water.
Oh, no.
Not lasagna.
1d6.
I'm good.
Okay. Woo. All right. So things are running a little low on supplies. Maybe you forgot to stock up at Eagle Hold or something like that.
I forgot to fill up my water skin.
All right. It is now the morning quarter day. You eat the remains of your rations and have some water. I'm going to need a survival roll to continue leading the way.
Well, do we want to move right now, or do we want to look for water so that we don't die of thirst? I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I saw that.
Would this be scouting to go look for water?
It's survival.
It's survival.
Survival. Okay.
Mhm.
I would actually like to do that if it's all right with everybody else.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to make.
Anyone who would like
Solid.
to assist them can add a +1 die. Oh, but
An
you don't even need it.
assist.
You got 2 successes.
Oh, and that means we can all increase our water to max, right?
Yeah, whenever you forage for water, if you get successes, you can take it all the way up to a D12. Whereas
Nice.
food is based on how many successes you get.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And cooking it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's with foraging for food,
Mhm.
and also basically the same with fishing. However, if you go hunting, you roll on a table basically for what you find, and whatever you find, like you could find a rabbit and get not a lot, or you could find like a deer and get a ton of meat. You know,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit different.
Cool.
All right.
That's awesome.
So the morning you'll spend foraging for water successfully. That was just drow foraging. Does anyone else want to forage for food? Or
I
hunt?
will assist somebody else in foraging or
I'll
something.
forage for food,
Okay, so
and you're assisting.
yeah,
Yes,
so
I
take
will assist.
+1 die to your roll.
That would be a modifier when you click on your skill check.
Sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
baby.
Sweet mama.
3
Nice.
successes. You find like a patch of potatoes, let's say, and they are ripe for the picking.
Taters?
You have 3 units of vegetables, which you can use to forego having to roll food die.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Don't eat a
That
tater
is-
raw, people. That's not a good idea.
Potato.
It would hurt.
Yeah, it would not be great. Okay, so that'll be the morning quarter day. You have foraged for food and water. It is now the daytime quarter day if you would like to do more foraging, hunting, or lead the way to continue.
Are we ready to
I'm good with leaving
head
as well.
out?
Let's head out.
Let's head out.
All right, someone make me survival roll.
I have fucked up.
Uh-oh. You know what? I'll be generous here and take Liren's lead the way this time.
Drow thought they were leading the way and start going the other direction, and then Liren's just like, hey.
This way
I'll-
starts going south. No, it's this
well,
way.
right. We should have a lead the way
Oh, should be
mishap,
going south.
but I'll be generous this time.
Aw.
And
Oh, but it'd be
Groglin, you are
funnier.
scouting.
All praise the generous DM.
All praise.
Right.
So you move 1, 2 more hexes, and now you see like the mountain range in front of you, and it is like very tall mountains. They're not part of a bigger like long-reaching spine of mountains or whatever on the map. They're kind of isolated as far as you can tell, but they're very tall. It is now
Just like home.
It might actually be. It's now the evening quarter day, so you could try to push on, but you'll run the risk of being out at night, or you could try to make camp here at the foot of the mountain.
What could go wrong? There's no blood mist, right?
Everything can go wrong now that you said that. I swear
Oh,
if I
but
run
wouldn't
into
it be
them
more
again.
fun?
I'm too old to stay awake. I need to sleep.
I don't
Alright, who
want
would-
my legs broken again.
Who would like to roll to make camp for me?
I will.
Okay, go ahead, Liren.
Oh,
good.
Yes.
1 success. Oh, 2 successes. Delightful.
Yeah.
All right, you successfully make camp. You find a good spot in the foothills down here at the base of the mountains, and you can see that, like, yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a climb, and perhaps some of you wish that you had rope. I'm not sure if any of you do.
Oh,
Oops.
uh-oh. I have rope.
You do?
I
Ooh.
have 10 meters of rope.
Is this from your PTSD
Ooh.
whenever we played season 1?
Yes.
on Forbidden Lands. Yeah.
It was also my free trade good. Hot
There
dog.
you go.
Noise.
They
Dog.
the first time we played Forbidden Lands on season 1 of the Third Gallon, they've sorely missed having rope on the first adventure site they visited.
Yeah.
Yep. Was
was
that
a little
the
rough.
hole?
No, you
No,
bypassed the hole. It was Weatherstone.
Okay.
Okay, so you successfully make camp. If you have any other actions you would like to do, because technically some of you could forage if you'd like.
Gonna try to forge again. Yeah, why not?
Right,
That
let's
didn't-
do
that
it.
didn't go badly last
I
time.
will assist. You
All right,
get
take
plus
plus
Don't walk
one.
into any bushes this time.
So am I adding this +1 in modifiers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sweet, thank you.
Let me come with you, little guy.
Okay.
Aw.
Thanks, Crocklin.
Hey, success!
Whoa, no. Okay, I saw the
Nice.
1. I didn't see the 6 yet. Huh.
And you're looking for food?
Food,
You
yeah.
just got full water.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Now you have.
That means enough food that we don't have to roll for food in the morning.
Yeah, we can just.
Yay.
We have 4 portions now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Congratulations. Good job. You come back with some
Beaming
more
happy this
wild
time.
vegetables. You're
Aw.
so happy. You sit down, you fall asleep next to the campfire, and you wake up. You no longer have to roll for food for this day because you have 4 units of vegetables. Congratulations.
Roll water.
Yeah, just roll water for me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yikes.
Oh no.
One
It's a
on the
one
D12.
already.
Only down to a D10.
Oh.
Delightful.
Oh, just. Yeet.
Sweet.
Nice.
Awesome. So
Beautiful.
now you're going to be. Someone needs to roll to lead the way again if you're going to keep moving. Who would like to do it?
Drow, would you like to go first this time? Or?
I'll assist. Can you assist on lead the way?
You can't assist
No?
on lead
Okay.
the way. It's a special one.
Okay.
Let's
Cool,
go.
Cool.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh.
success.
Whew.
So because you're moving into a mountain hex, you will only be able to move 1 space.
Nice.
Is anyone keeping watch?
yes.
No. Let's do this. Let's live like savages.
No. Gonna live like a scared old person.
Is anyone else keeping
Look
watch?
at everything.
Sure, yeah, that's a survival. I'll be looking
Oh,
around real
Lord.
nervously, just wringing my hands the whole time, like.
Right.
Oh,
Drow, why
Hey.
are you so enthused to go visit this?
Oh, I love death.
Oh, right.
Most drow response. All right. What was
Excuse
the survival
me?
for?
oh, that was scouting.
That was scouting.
Scouting.
All right. It doesn't matter. But
Okay, cool.
I'll say both of you are able to keep a good eye out. So you move slowly because you're going up the mountains, and it takes more time to go up these hills. Get a good workout on your calves. And these are like
Ooh.
steep mountains. And you're trying to keep an eye out for danger. But both Liren and Jin, you spot something as you start ascending the mountain peaks. Or ascending up the mountainsides.
Just
Uh,
shaking Liren.
You are going to see.
Yes, yes.
I'll show it here on Foundry. Way up in the cliffs, you see what looks to be an ornate stone entrance to
Ooh.
some sort of tomb.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, look at that beautiful thing.
Did you
This is
did
being.
you AI this? Yeah, that's
this is
what I
being,
thought. You monster.
I am a monster. I apologize.
I'm a monster.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it in the Forbidden Lands like ink style, but you see this.
Yeah, I actually-
However, go ahead.
I would have believed that was.
Yeah, I would have thought that was real. like
It's
from the book.
something about the lower right hand part of the opening. That just
Yeah.
it seems like it falls apart there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I think it works better with this ink style because there's a inherent lack of detail that it doesn't
Yeah.
have to get right. So it helps it out
It's
a little
like
bit.
80% of the way there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. All right, but the thing about this entrance is it is
Hey,
way up
Zanity
high.
Systems. Sorry to interrupt. Zanity Systems, hi. Thanks for the raid. Welcome to Forbidden Lands.
Yeah,
There we go.
boy. Okay.
It's
But yeah,
just way-
it's way up. What did you say, Jacob?
I just waved, but I just realized nobody can see.
Yeah, way to go, Jacob. Oh my god. Thank you, my son. You did great.
But the entrance to this tomb is like 100 feet up a almost sheer rock wall that you would
Oh, a
have
sheer
to
cliff?
climb. To do this, you'll need to make a successful move check, each of you. However,
10
if you have a
meters
rope,
is 100 feet, right?
say what?
10 meters, is
meters?
100 feet, right?
No.
Oh my god.
30 feet.
No.
No, absolutely, yes. It is 100%. 100 feet, definitely, right? Yeah,
What
you
I
guys
will
don't
say,
know the
though,
metric system. That's the
is
yes,
if
right?
you want to use your rope, it's not like all of it is. There are a couple little ledges you think you could use to like get your length of rope working. Like you don't have to go the whole way with the rope necessarily.
Oh.
Can I try to find a good spot up a ways to be that where the rope can be lowered down to where they can get up to that spot and then we can move up again?
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
what I'm
like
talking about. There's,
sequentially.
like a couple different like ledges as you go up, so you can use the rope effectively. But what we're probably going to have to do is make a series of, we'll just call it 3 move checks with the rope. One of you is going to have to roll without the rope to climb up and like place
I'll
it
do it.
first, basically.
I've got a move of 8. Or
hot
8
dog.
dice. 8 dice rolled for it. It's 3
Go
and then
right
plus my
ahead.
agility. So I will happily take the rope and go up to.
Yeah,
Nice.
Secure
Groglin will
first.
hand you the rope and be like, "This is your job, little guy.
I don't like heights.
You get on up there."
Gently, I will do something incredible with your body if you die.
Candy it and sell it inside the 12 thingies.
No, I'll probably raise it as a zombie.
Why?
That'd just be fun.
You'll just be my
As long as you leave my legs on.
Maybe.
Oh no. Oh wait,
Uh-oh.
okay.
One success.
Oh.
There's
Oh.
one in there.
Good.
I almost panicked.
You move up the first chunk of the rock face. Okay, and Liren, you're able to move up as well. And the rope is now there. The other two, you, what is it, Groglin? Is that the right name? Yes,
Oh,
and
other
Drow.
two.
I couldn't remember the name. You can now roll with, what does the rope give you? Does it list the gear die bonus?
Let's click on rope. +1 bonus when climbing.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Now, hear me out, fair GM. I would like to make an argument for using might to climb.
No, but what I will say is because 2 people have made it up without the rope, you can take +2 modifier if they want to aid you and like help pull you up.
Yes.
I will need
Valid.
all of the help I can get.
Sure.
Okay.
So is that +3 total or +2 with the aid and the rope?
+3 total.
All right.
Nice.
This roll is pushable.
I really made it.
Success. Okay.
Oh, that was better than
and
me.
then,
+3
let's-
with everyone.
yeah, you can have
Okay.
a total of plus, what is it, 3?
4.
So, and then the rope, so
I will also
4.
aid.
Yeah.
All right, sick. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Tie it around your waist and we'll pull you up.
Oh, thank
Hey.
God.
Success.
Woo.
You successfully make it up. Actually, I'm going to be a little bit generous here because I don't care to do that 2 more times.
Yeah.
What
okay.
a kind and fair GM.
What
Listen,
a kind and
sometimes your
merciful
GM is nice because they want to help like you get to whatever point in the story. Sometimes they're nice for their own convenience. Like
He's
Uh,
gonna push us
Yeah,
off.
no, I don't have to look up the paperwork.
let me reveal this
I'm
on the
out of
map
tea.
here.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh.
Is that just on a layer boundary then?
Yeah, so there's the little cave thing is a tile, and then there's the text. So I have to like click on my tile tool, select it, reveal it, click on my text thing, select it, reveal
That's
it. But it's
cool.
pretty easy. You can automate these things, but that's fast. But you now climb up, and you see the art that I showed you with this like ornate stone entrance. There's not a lot of like a like open area in front of it. It seems as if like perhaps there used to be some sort of entranceway here that has crumbled as you climb up this rock face, and yeah, the token on the Foundry map has like a wooden thing, but this is very much stone, and it's not just like flat stone slabs. They're like, if you look at them, there's like some dwarven like runes carved in them. The two on the sides look like they have worn out a little bit, but you can still see remnants of like dwarven faces carved in them, and then there's like some like armor bits. You can tell that this used to be a lot more ornate, but it has been worn over time. What do you do?
Delightful architecture.
Yeah.
I wonder if this would pass OSER inspections nowadays.
Who
Or if
cares about
lots and
OSHA?
lots of people would die.
Seems pretty stony.
Very
Hey.
astute.
Stone?
Drow, if
Huh?
I die, you can do whatever you want with my body.
I was going to anyway.
Ah, good. He'll go inside.
If I die, please eat my legs, my arms, and my heart.
Oh.
Oh, that's a little bit much, even for
Whoa.
me.
It's the only way I'll get reborn
I
inside your
can't eat
body.
hearts. Too
I'll
many
go inside.
calories.
Whoa!
Go watch my cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
No, no, I don't think I will. I'm not
Lyran is
going
more
to eat you.
Okay, so you enter into this tomb. Sweet. We're moving right at the pace I wanted to. Cool. You enter into
good.
this
Guys, we
tomb.
gotta fuck up more.
Listen,
I think that I'd
one
like
of
to
the hardest
just
things
sit
to
here for
learn.
3 hours.
No, wait, I take it back. I want to shove Lyran off the cliff.
Oh,
Yeah!
One of the hardest things to learn as a GM over the years is estimating how much to prepare for a session when you know a time limit exists.
Yeah.
And like you get good at certain ones, but then you meet a different time thing. So like it happens all the time, even still with podcasts, because each thing is like an hour and a half of raw recording. And I keep thinking, oh, they'll do this in an episode. It takes 2. Oh, this is an easy 2-episode thing. It takes 4. All the time. Anyway, but yeah, you enter into this tomb. Go ahead, Drow.
This is just for my own like curiosity. Have you ever been like, oh, we're not gonna make it there, and then we beeline it?
Sometimes that's the worst. It's better to have too much than too little.
Yeah, I agree.
Usually, I haven't been caught completely pants down because usually I have like read it, but I haven't like really pulled in the extra stuff, and I can like improv enough. But yeah, whew,
Oh, good.
it can be spicy. Okay,
I
but
want to make things harder for you.
I mean, I have everything ready to go. You enter in here and like it, you know what you've noticed as you've climbed up, and even though it's the summer, you've gone up enough in altitude because of how like sheer these mountains are that it started to get cool. Maybe not like cold, but like if you were to go to the top of these mountains, they are snow capped. At least the one you're on has like ice on the top.
Total boys.
Ice.
They are very tall. You can actually see on the map. There's a river that I think has its source in this tiny little mountain range.
Yeah.
Two rivers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love little rivers. Little mountain rivers are the best.
But
Rocklin
you
is going to draw his club when we start going inside.
very good. You enter into this room, and like it of course gets dark. The light coming in is very bright, but it basically is just all coming in from the entrance. There's a bit of a hallway, a narrow hallway going in. And the first room you see is after maybe about 5 or 6 feet, it widens out. And you see that it is lined with about 6 sarcophagi. But only 2 of them have the lids on. 4 of them have these like heavy stone lids, not cracked, but like off, and some are on the floor. On the floor itself, you see a just bunch of different bones. You see skulls, you see bits of armor, you see swords. It also looks like some of these things are
Those are
in
very
the,
interesting bones. Armor and
some of them-
swords.
some of them are in the what I'm saying, sarcophagus as well. Like it's all kind of like a mess. This place is also dusty because it's big and out of the way. No one's cleaned in a while. And more
Housemaid.
importantly, you see some writing etched on the wall.
Ooh.
As I walk toward the writing, I look at Groglin, and it's like Are the bones of dwarves made of metal? I noticed that there's lots of skeletal remains that I recognize, but there's also all these implements. Is that part of the dwarven anatomy?
No, but like, we're buried with weapons, so.
Oh, that does make more sense. Yes.
My mama used to told me that halflings were made of sugar.
That's a
Used
lie.
to tell you?
Well, you know, my last name's Breadman, so a lot of bread.
You know, for some reason I thought your last name would be Antonik.
Why?
Jin Antonik.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Groglin, being an old man and therefore wise in the ways of the world, is going to walk up to the pile of bones, poke it with his foot, and go, "Come on, get up, get up."
Oh
Come
my
on.
god! Oh my god, stop!
You just
Jesus
kick around a
Christ.
pile of bones for the time being, it seems like.
And he is very disappointed.
I hate you.
Undead everywhere else in the world, but not here. Ah,
I don't know what you mean. You still seem pretty dead inside.
I'm trying.
You're doing great, Groglin.
Thank you again.
I go and look at the writing.
Remember, I have lockpicking set if we need to get it anywhere. Don't just turn handles and blow up or get disintegrated.
Hey.
I heard that happened to a guy named Bluefang once.
I have a question, Derek.
Oh,
Woof.
Are any of
Are
these
Bark.
are any of these bodies
He didn't even touch
full
the door.
enough that I could raise them?
raised dead.
Yeah.
Let me look at that spell. Or would you click the little chat bubble in your character sheet so we can post it to the chat for me? Oh, beautiful. Okay, so you need an item belonging to the dead, right?
Well,
That's your
luckily
only
they've got
ingredient?
armor.
I mean, if you want to, you can. However, hold on. Let's do a couple things in order here. So, Liren, you read the text. Now, it is a dwarvish script, but you are still able to make it out because you understand roughly. It's roughly the same language, just in it's like a slightly different style of writing. And you read it, and it says, "Only the worthy may enter here. Prove your strength to pass this door."
Oh.
You feel like you hear something rattle imperceptibly. You look, and nothing happens.
Oh,
Oh.
Quick
Everybody
note.
run.
My pride is I sense unnatural phenomena before anyone else. Does that get activated?
So it would activate if you failed something, but you haven't failed any roll. Like you could use
Oh, you
that
have
to
to fail
get
it.
that
Okay, right.
D12. But yeah, you definitely related to that. You definitely feel like there is some sort of supernatural thing going on here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pull my dagger.
Okay, you pull your dagger.
Anyone want a gumdrop button?
And I will say, I think I forgot to narrate, there is a stone door that kind of like closes in the middle Star Wars style at the
Oh.
end of this that is seems to be shut.
Star style.
we have to prove our strength. I was gonna
Sir.
step on a bone.
It snaps.
How do we prove
What's
our
that?
strength?
Why don't you try opening up one of those sarcophagi?
He will do that. like,
Okay.
You would pull her
Good
to the door.
idea.
Isn't that normally a bad idea to just open sarcophagi?
I don't
Tomb
know.
robbing
You
in
want
general is
to
kind of
live?
immoral.
He'll open the sarcophagus.
We are literally here to tomb rob.
You open a
Great job.
sarcophagi. I'm going to need a might roll.
Oh, I can do that.
Holy crap, I actually am fairly strong. I forgot about that.
Are you?
Yeah, I've got 4 in strength.
Oh,
You are not
Shit,
able
cool.
to lift this sarcophagus open.
Oh, oh,
You
my
need some
back.
help, Groglin?
Oh, my back. Hold on.
Oh, we're not that old
Oh,
yet. Come on, old
no.
man.
Oh, I'm 100 years old. I'm on death's door.
Oh, I'm 69.
You could cast the spell. I'm so old.
Oh, somebody else come over here.
Can I try to help?
What
man?
spell you want, Drow?
No, cast the spell. You're so old.
Oh, you're so old. Let's see here.
Or what was that joke you made, Jacob?
No, that's it. The spell
is
is,
a yeah.
I'm so old, and its consequences cost no willpower, dies.
You die instantaneously.
Okay, so that happens. Are you trying to cast Raise Dead, Drow?
Yes. However, would I be able to also hear this rattling?
You basically, what I'm imagining narration-wise is Liren read the script out loud, and you heard just for the brief second, like clacking, rattling, like echoing, and then nothing. None of the bones on the floor seem to move.
Yes, I will take control of a little guy.
Okay.
So being that this is a yes, the greater good. Being that this is a rank 2, am I gonna need to spend 2 willpower?
No, you two determine how much willpower you want to spend, minimum 1, and then you roll that many die, right, Jacob?
Yes, however many willpower you spend is the number of die you roll. Every success increases your power level by 1, but every 1 is a mishap.
So it'd be base power level 2, right? If you spend 2 willpower.
Yes, and you have to roll 2 die.
All right, let's do this.
But you could also do it with 1 if you wanted to.
Magic. How does magic work? It leans heavily into willpower, right?
It is all willpower. There are no rolls or checks for magic. You spend your willpower, and a lot of spells is you spend the willpower, the magic happens.
Okay.
But for every willpower you spend, you also have to roll a d6. Every 6 on a die makes your power level go up by 1, and if you get a 1, you have to roll on the mishap table, and something bad will happen. Your spell still works, more than likely, but something bad happens.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
you can almost always do what you want, just the side effects.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
how many willpower do you want to spend, Drow?
Just 1, but because I have an ingredient, the power level is 2.
Yeah, increases the power level.
Okay.
Cool. So roll 1d6. I think it should have something on your character sheet for this. Okay.
Oh, so
So
close.
the power level will be 2. At rank 1, to see at power level 2, Alright, so for each power level beyond the first, you can reanimate 1 more undead or increase the rank of all undead raised by the spell by 1.
I want to make a rank 2 undead, and I want to make it durable so that I have it for longer.
Okay. So... And I just pick it, like, from the book? Is that right? Where does it say for the stats here? Can be used to take control of...
The undead has the same strength it did in life. Agility is decreased by 1, and it has no whips or empathy.
Ooh.
Skills based on strength and agility are retained, and you'll have it for half a day because you upgraded its durability.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have it for half a day. You raise up one of these skeletons. Basically, like you point at some artifact or thing, and you just see a bunch of bones start to and form this skeleton. Part of it's like broken, and it has on it a sword. The skeleton though is not like human-sized. It's obviously a dwarf skeleton, and instead of having like a rusty scimitar or whatever, it has like just a old crusty looking like iron sword.
Finally a fight! He'll lift his hammer.
That's mine.
Oh. He'll lower his hammer.
I'm thinking this happens while or just after you try to lift that thing, or maybe just before. Yeah, I think that's better for the narration. So this happens. You go over to lift another lid, and you fail with your might check, Groglin. And as soon as you give up, my arm, I'm not cut out for this. The other skeletons start to and form together. You see some of them have dented dwarven like square metal helmets. A lot of them have these like old-looking iron swords, and they go to attack you. It's time to go to the combat tracker
Yeah.
because we're going to do some initiative.
Yeah.
4 skeletons.
4 of them.
Ooh.
Damn.
Did you do all of this, Drow?
Oh, no, only this one. Only that one's mine. The rest of them you can kill.
Yeah.
Just try not to break them too badly. I might want them later.
Battle.
All right, I'm going to deal you all initiative cards.
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, that's right. That's how it works.
Jeez.
We get dealt initiative cards, and we can trade if we want.
Yep.
You certainly
Jesus
can.
Christ.
How do I find that again? It's one of these.
One of the
tricky
tabs on the
things.
side is going to have like it'll have card stacks, and you should see yours there.
Ah, sweet.
Yay!
Yeah.
I got a 7.
I got
All right,
an
looks
8.
like
I got a
Oh,
1.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
so. First in the order, unless you're going to do any trading, is going to be Jin.
Allow me to go
kinda-
first if you don't mind.
I would not mind at all, actually.
So you can
All
hit
right.
pass and
can
swap
I-
cards.
Okay, then
Would
I
it-
would like to pass the 7 to you, Jin, and I'll take your 8.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
was just thinking that might be a good way of doing that.
Okay.
Pass this to.
And I'll keep my 9.
Okay.
Yakub.
There we go.
Ah, thank you. And this time I will remember to select the right number to pass and not pass the number. So
Right.
back again.
There you go.
Yes. All right.
Sweet.
So the first thing that Groglin is going to do is he's going to use an action that doesn't actually take an action. I'm going to use one of my minstrel abilities called Path of the Warcry.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm going to
Ooh.
start belting out a very deep opera voice as I sing with my old man deep opera voice. All of you will get 1+1 die to any attack you do.
That's amazing.
Because I'm spending 1 willpower.
Law.
Yeah,
It's just the first attack that you use, right?
it is to every all their rolls. So no, not even attacks. Your rolls are modified by +1 until my turn. Again.
So you're just inspired by his belting opera, deep
That's
dwarven
right.
voice.
It's a nice deep dwarven opera too. So it's sung in another language, as all opera should be.
Beautiful.
So what I'm going to do for my actual actions, because in this game you get a fast action and a slow action. Trying to pull this up so I can see what swing is.
How long is each combat round?
It's I think it's technically faster than D&D. I'll have to look at it. But it's
I can
in the
check that
same ballpark as seconds.
Okay.
I'll pull up the
Alright.
combat chapter.
So because my hammer, or not my hammer, my large wooden club is heavy, I can use my fast action to swing it, which will mean when I attack with it, I will get a +1. I'll get +1 damage to it, and then for my slow action, I'm going to move up to the skeleton's area, and I will use my talent melee charge to get a free swing off of that. And I will
Alrighty.
attack the rightmost skeleton. I could attack any 4 of them because it's just an area, not actual grid combat. But I'm gonna make it easy for you and do the rightmost one.
Okay.
So large wooden club. I'm gonna click on hammer fire and give myself. I believe. Does Path of the Warcry work on the one who is singing?
I hope it does. That'd be really cool.
Attacks on. It's a bonus to all attacks during 1 round, so I will get a +2 modifier on this, due to
Yeah. And to
no.
answer your question, Murray, so rounds and turns are the 2 game terms for this. In the game, a round can represent any period from 10 seconds to up to a minute. So usually in combat, it's going to be in the 10-second range. Turns are what the GM can use in exploration mode to mean like if you want to explore a room, it takes 15 minutes. That's a turn kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
And
thank you.
I was wrong. I don't get a modifier for the song. I get no for my swing. I get damage.
Okay.
So I got 1 success, which does 3 damage.
No, 2 damage, right?
No,
Ooh.
it's +1 damage from the
Okay,
swing.
it's just not on the roll. I see.
Yes,
You're
there's
going to
no
go
way
attack
to add that
one
to the roll.
directly in front of you on the combat tracker,
Sure.
and this is with your club.
Yes.
Well, that deals blunt damage, I believe.
Puff,
Let me look
puff,
on my
pass.
thing here. Yes, it does blunt damage. You're going to swing, and you bring your humongous wooden club down with your old man strength on the skeleton. I invite you to describe your kill.
Whoa.
He just
There's the
hits.
big problems. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
He just brings it down, and it just punches through the head, through the ribs, demolishes the pelvis, and just destroys the skeleton. And then he puts a
Okay.
hand on his back and goes, "Oh!" And
Old man
that is
noises.
his turn.
All right, that's both your fast and slow action. So, as a reminder for the players and to inform anyone new to this game, on each round of combat, you're going to get a fast action and a slow action. It's pretty simple. The fast action can be used on your turn or out of it. One of the things you can do out of your turn with a fast action is like dodge to get out of the way, right? The slow action is usually your main thing, cast a spell, hit kind of deal, right? And then the talents that you get as you get more experience in this game can let you do things for free sometimes. But that'll be that. There we go. That is your turn. Next in the initiative order is going to be me.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. What do I
Bring it.
want to
I'm
do?
ready.
You ready to die? You better
I'm
get
ready to
You better
die.
get ready to die. 'Cause here
Uh,
we go.
I'm going to
I want to live.
have one of these guys move up and attack you, or be in arm's reach and attack you. You put me in a bad way because I'm in arm's reach of you with all these guys. So if one of them wanted to move and attack your buddies, I will risk this game's version of an opportunity attack.
Yup.
But the first one, at least, is just going to smack a dwarf.
But listen,
As
remember
a skeleton.
Sounds like a fun
oh,
game.
jeez.
Smack a dwarf.
Back at the dwarf.
I
That's
don't
3 successes.
have any fast actions to parry with, so I suppose all I can do is roll my armor.
Yes, please roll your armor for me.
Hey, I negate 1.
All right, cool. And your armor doesn't take anything because there are no banes.
Yeah.
So you negate that. You're going to take 1 point of slashing damage from this guy's sword.
Wait, only 1? I thought you had 3 successes.
Oh, excuse me, 2. So
There
that's
we
2
go.
points of damage. Base damage is 1, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That's that. I'm gonna have another one of these guys attack you, and then the last one is going to try and GTF Izzle. Yes. Here comes the smack.
Do do
Oh,
do do.
successes. And then the last one is going to move up, and I'm going to actually roll to see who he goes after. I'm going to roll the
Well-
non-existent 1d4 here.
First, you should make a move roll to see if I hit you.
Oh, you're right.
Ooh.
That's going to be move. Oh, I'm great
Gotta
at that.
cast it.
I'm totally in combat right now. I should change that.
Oh, dang it.
Baby! That is going to be 1 success, so I'll successfully get away. What I'm going to do is move everyone into a second zone, and he'll basically go in arm's reach in that zone. Cool.
Nice.
And let's see who's going to attack. Going in order here. Number 4, so he's going to go after Jin.
Hey, I have a free dodge action per wonderful
Yes, you
roundies
do.
because of my fast footwork.
But you don't have to do that until I make my attack. So if
Sweet.
I roll and attack you and get no successes, you don't even have to spend it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, this game's really cool that like you don't have to like declare before things. You just kind of like, this happened. Will I push it, or do I need to roll this? Whatever. A lot of
Awesome.
after the fact decisions. So here comes the melee strike.
Oh,
And see,
man.
no successes
None.
on 6 die. God, I'm cold.
You can't get me!
Let me reorder my initiative stack here. I think next in the order is actually gonna be Jin.
Cuckoo. I will. I am actually gonna look at the one that tried to attack me, look at the other two around me, and go, "Oh, you got this guy right." I'm gonna try to use my actions to move up to Groglin and the other two Scally Bros. So
Okay, so I think I'm gonna need a move roll.
Sweet.
And this will be a fast action.
Sweet. Okay. Cool. Move roll.
Jeez.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Oh.
All right, that's a success. I think the technical term for this is retreat, but it's just you're not actually retreating, you're moving into another zone. The prerequisite is you have an enemy at arm's length. So yeah, you're going to successfully move to get over here. What would you like to do? Both of these guys are basically within arm's reach of you now.
I would like to stab it with my dagger.
All right, go ahead and make use your dagger and your gear tab to make a roll, and it'll add the gear bonus.
Cool. I also have knife fighting, knife fighter. So I get a
That
plus
should
one
already
to.
adjust it, I think.
That is a checkbox that you will click whenever
There
you
you go.
click your item
Sweet.
to attack with.
Dope.
That's.
But
not the
don't
thing I wanna
forget
do.
your +1 modifier from the war cry.
Yee. This is the button I want to press. That's the check mark and +1 modifier. It's in there. Let's roll it.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice.
Oh, baby.
Eee.
That's a success. So that'll be 2 successes for 2 points of damage. Skeletons are very dumb and do not dodge, and nor do they have armor. So all that damage is going to get through. Actually, I take it back. Only 1 point of damage will be dealt. I forgot.
Oh, is it because it's like slashing or something?
These
It's a
skeletons
skeleton.
have an ability called Bony, which means
Ah.
that aside from taking blunt force damage, all other types of damage, except for like magic, only deal a maximum of 1. So you stab and you knock out a couple ribs, but with your dagger, it's just not quite effective against this guy. But you do deal damage.
Looks like I boned it up again.
Oh. Welcome back, Drow. It is actually now your turn.
My coffee exploded.
Your
Oh,
coffee
no.
exploded?
Oh, that's a bad. Yeah.
Oh.
Mind powers.
I don't ask how the coffee explosion happens. I just deal with it.
Wow.
Listen,
That's fair.
coffee just explodes sometimes, okay?
Yeah, that's a way to live. Like if you were in a fantasy realm, it's like I don't know what happened. Yeah, magic probably.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to do? Also, on your turn, you can control your little buddy who is adjacent to you.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
Aw.
have him go up and smack the one that just got smacked.
So here's the thing. There are basically one of them moved up to you and Liren and your buddy. So you're in
Yeah.
arm's reach with them. And then there's the ones fighting Jin and Groglin. So he can move, but there's also one like directly in front of you to fight.
Okay, that's the one then. That's the one.
Okay,
That's
otherwise,
the one
basically,
that
he
I'm
could
gonna
go there,
attack.
but he's going to have to make a move roll to not get.
Oh yeah,
Smack.
I definitely trust a skeleton to make a move roll.
All right. I will roll him real quick here.
Thank
He'll
you.
smack
kindly.
his friend.
Oh.
Oh, there's a success. He hits his buddy for 1 point of damage.
Nice.
That is his turn, basically. Your
Okay,
turn.
cool. I'm going to smack with my staff.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very happy to hear blunt works because all I have is a staff.
There you go. All right, that's 1 success for 1 point of damage. This guy
And
is.
I would actually need to roll another die.
Yes, because of the
Okay.
song.
I don't know where I put my. Can you roll a d6 for me?
I certainly can.
Oh,
No
So
more
close.
successes.
Never
But
mind. I
still.
don't want you to roll that d6 for me. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, you deal another point of damage. This guy is on his last bones, but he is still standing. That is your
Last
slow
bones.
action. But you have a fast action should you choose to use it now or later. Okay. That will take us to Liren.
Liren is going to see that there's a skelly bro on his last bones, so he'll spin his staff and drop to his knees and try to hit them out from under the skeleton.
All right, make me a melee roll modified by the
Not the
song.
legs. Trauma.
Oh yeah, get the modifier. I forgot that.
That's right.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2 successes, and it's blunt
Oh,
force.
yeah.
So you sweep out the the shin bones from this guy, and he just collapses into a pile.
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
job. All right.
Jin has flashbacks.
There we go. All right. That'll end round 1. Top of round 2, it is Groglin's turn.
Groglin is going to live fast, die fast, hopefully, and he is going to swing and hit with his large wooden club at one of these skeletons, probably the one that's already been damaged.
Okay.
So that's 3 strength, 1 melee, 1 large wooden club, my hammer fighter, and my hammer fighter, and the war cry is now over.
Okay.
No.
That is 4 damage because of
Nice.
the swing.
What?
That's going to be 3 points of damage. Jeez. Spicy. Yeah, that'll just destroy him.
Yeah.
He is now dead. There is 1 skeleton remaining, and it will now be his turn. He's going to figure out which of you 2 he wants to smack. I'm going to roll a d6. I'm going to do 1 through 3 Jin,
I would
4 to
imagine there's
6.
probably a feat to try to entice people.
Um,
Like, could I just wave my hands and be like, "You want to hit me? Try to hit me!"
I would say, of course, you could do that. However, he is dumb and speaks not the languages of man.
I tried.
He's going to smack Groglin, 6 on
Oh
the d6.
boy.
Oh
Bring
man!
it.
Seems counter character for Jin.
Oh, baby.
Oh goodness. Oh, come on, armor. Come on, armor.
Come on, armor.
Give me 3 6s.
One
Well-
success, but 1 bane, so 2 damage will get through, and that'll reduce your armor value by 1.
Yep.
Right? Because you
I
took
believe
damage and you
so.
had a bane. Sweet. You'll take 2 more damage to strength. Are you still up?
I am still up by 1.
I believe
Sweet.
in you.
Okay. Hehe.
Or die if you want
alright.
to. That kind of seems like what your guy is after.
I will die.
It is now Jin's turn.
I said hit me! I'm gonna attack him.
Alright, go for it.
Herp derp burp burp burp.
Why am I tiny? There we
That's
go.
not what I wanted. Right, I need to go to my item. Here we go. That's where it is.
Yes.
Modifier's gone. Life fighter's on.
And yeah, you don't have the song this time.
Yeah. Oh wait, that dagger's bonus is for the dagger itself. Melee's theirs. And that's what I need to get rid of.
There you go.
Sweet.
The modifier. I'm sorry, I'm watching the stream, which is a little bit late. The modifier turns to 1 when you click that checkbox. So the checkbox adds the modifier, so you should have still had that 1.
Don't worry about it for this roll. I'll keep it in
okay.
mind for the future one, because you
Oh,
did
it
get a
does.
success, and you can only deal 1 point of damage to this guy anyway with your dagger.
Ah.
But that'll knock it down. Okay. Bark and
Bark.
Arf. That'll be your turn, unless you want to use your fast action. You can otherwise hold it in reserve to dodge.
Ah,
I don't know what you could do with it, really.
I don't think there's anything I can do with it, yeah, so I'll just hold it in reserve.
All right, sweet.
Okay,
That'll
you
take
don't
us.
need to hold it in reserve to dodge because you have fast foot.
I have yes, but I can also
Yeah, it would only matter if you got hit twice. Or
twice. I could do it
Oh,
twice.
oh,
I get 1 free dodge, not all of them. It's at rank 3, I think. Fast footwork just says you can just fucking dodge.
Yeah. All right,
You
it'll
are
be
speedy.
Drow. Your turn again.
Pretty speedy.
I'm going to send my man up to smack
Here comes the boy.
Here comes the boy, little boy.
Boy
Here
goes
comes
smack.
my bone. They've got a boner.
There he
He gets a success. He will deal another point of damage. This other last skeleton is on his last bones. Drow,
I
you
would
can
like
take
to
your
try
turn.
and I would like to go up and smack.
All right. Make me a attack with your staff.
Here comes the smack.
Baby.
Boom! Here comes
Oh,
the boom.
Man.
Jeez. Boy. Yeah, you
Yowza.
wallop this guy. You like
Oh.
wind up like a baseball player and send his skull flying out the cave. Good job.
Boat
Yay.
swinging
Him.
away.
The dead condition move off. And I'll
Just so-
move you guys back to the map of the Forbidden Lands. You end combat here. Some of you a little hurt. And if we're okay to take a break, I don't know if that's good on your end, technically, Murray.
Yeah, we're out of time almost, so.
Okay, so before we do that, it'll take the rest of the time to do this. I want to deal out some XP.
Sweet. I'm actually
Yay.
really excited to get experience this. I loved how you did the Pathfinder level up thing and over at Hans's. That was a really good experience on leveling up.
Sweet. I might
Tell me
actually
the
give you more
boy.
than we normally do, but so the way XP works in this game is really cool. It's based
No,
per
not you.
session. It assumes you're playing in a roughly a 4-ish hour session, which is what we're doing today. But I'm doing it halfway through so we can like use it and also like do stuff with it.
Yeah.
So basically, the way experience work is we go through a checklist, and for each yes, you basically get an XP. So the first one is, did you participate in the game session? You get 1 XP
Yeah.
just for being there. So yes, 1 XP.
Woo!
Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map that you had not visited before? You did.
Yes.
1 more XP. Did you discover a new adventure site? You did. 3 XP. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? You did. You fought skeletons, which are monsters in the game. So that's 4 XP. The next one is, did you find a treasure, 1 gold or more? Unfortunately, no, not any treasure
Not
in this.
yet.
Not yet.
But friendship's
Presumably.
a treasure.
It is, but it doesn't have a gold value.
Oh.
Oh.
What, you can't monetize friendship? Oh no.
No. Well, maybe,
Well.
but not in this.
All the old swords.
Did you activate your pride? Your pride came into focus, Liren, but you didn't get to roll the die for it, unfortunately. Did you suffer from your dark secret? I don't think anyone did.
I stole bread from the inn, which is my...
Oh,
you stop that.
his dark secret is he doesn't really acknowledge personal property well.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, did any of you risk your life for another PC?
Well,
Wanted to.
actually,
Jin tried.
Yeah, Jin did. He wanted to make the effort, but I suppose technically speaking,
I'll give it to Jin for the sake of the beginner thing, because you did charge in and you forwent your fast actions to just hit hard, which I will count for the sake of this session. You risking your life.
Thank you,
Did you
kind forever
perform
GM.
An
What?
extraordinary action of some kind. I can't think of anything off the top of
No.
my head. Okay, so everyone, instead of getting 4, I'll let you take 5. We counted up 4, but I'll give you a bonus one.
may
so 5
I
experience, and
make
you
a
can take
recommend?
6. Jacob.
Oh,
You can
okay.
have 5. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Can we
I was
pass
about
stuff for
to say-
6 so we can level up to second?
Yeah, I
or
was going to say,
something if we
would you
wanna?
rather give us 6 so we could either buy a new one or upgrade one we already have?
Well, 3 will get you a new one, right?
Yes, but I was
Oh,
also
okay.
looking for the option to rank up a talent because that is also
Yeah, that's
fun.
fine.
Cool.
Well, that's the experience check sheet, but we'll just give you all 6 and keep it even.
Awesome.
Okay.
Specifically because I want to show out how ranking up stuff works. So what you can do with experience is if you want to take a new talent or rank one up, the cost is the rank you're going to times 3. So if I want a new talent, that's rank 1 times 3 is 3 experience. If I want to go to rank 2 in a talent I already have, that's 6 experience. 2 times 3, 6. You can't go from 1 to 3. You have to go 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. If I'm at rank 2 and I want to go to rank 3 of a talent, that is 9 experience. You're not going to be able to do it in this session, but you can also rank up your skills. And it's the same way, except it's 5 instead of 3. So to go to rank 1 in a skill is 5 XP. To go from 1 to 2 is 10 XP. So it's a lot more expensive. But as far as the talents go, you have all been looking at your talents, I'm sure, a little bit here. So you could spend 6 experience to take one of your talents up to rank 2. And there's also rules about if you're getting a new talent that you have to make a wits check. And if you want to learn a new spell rank, you have to have learned the spells from someone or from a grimoire. For the sake of showing off the system, again, I'm going to hand wave that, but it's something I do keep in mind a lot more when we play for real. But it can take a long time to make the wits check to get a new talent. So as far as cool talents go, there's a lot here. It depends on what you want to do. Jacob, off the top of your head, do you have any talents you're looking at?
Lucky, Fearless, Dragon Slayer. Lucky means if you get broken, you have to roll twice on the table and you can choose or take the lesser punishment. Fearless lets you, if somebody attacks your wits or empathy, usually a monster, you get to roll wits or you get to roll insight to combat that, kind of like armor. And then Dragon Slayer is just a +1 modifier whenever you attack a monster.
Yeah. Let's see what you guys have for talents here.
Nice.
Real quick.
And there's also fast footwork for a free dodge or the defender for a free parry.
Yeah, so Liren, if you're looking at talents, I know you played this game, but you could do something like take your magic talents up if you'd like. Or you could... Cool. If you want to do that, you can spend 6 XP and I can help you put the new spells on your sheet over break. Is that what you want to do, you think?
Yeah, I'm just double checking, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'll do.
Okay. Drow, do you have any ideas what you want to do? I know you're already rank 2 in your magic stuff.
Hang on. There we are. Getting to rank 2 in Lucky might be nice.
Okay. That would be dope.
I think I'm gonna do that, actually, because I will probably get broken.
That's fair. Groglin, what are you looking at? I'm surprised that you have Lucky, or is that what you took?
Oh yes, I Jacob want Groglin to live. Groglin the Groglin would like to die, so I took Lucky for him.
Okay. That's a 3 XP talent. What, did you take anything else?
Oh no, I already had Lucky. I took
okay.
Defender and Dragon Slayer.
Sweet.
Oh.
Damn it, Jacob. Can you imagine being an old man who just wants to pass on and then the hand of a minor god reaches down and is like, anything bad that happens to you is going to be a little bit less bad?
Dang it.
Fuck!
I am here to thwart his efforts to die, as I make him do them.
And you can these are the general talents we've been talking about. If there is a profession talent you want to rank up or take rank 1 in, you could also do that as well.
I think I'm just going to rank up Knife Fighter.
That's a good move.
Yeah, because then I could do a knife attack or a stab with a fast action as well.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's really
there
cool.
we go. If we're all good, then we can go ahead take, 15-minute break?
Yeah.
Come back.
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, while we're there, I'm going to do a random little pitch here. Our wonderful friends at the Geekier Nights they've got this awesome Kickstarter up, which is already funded, but it's a book. It's in their own world, and you should definitely go and see about supporting it because it's cool, and their world is amazing. Sarah the GM does a great job over there. And don't forget, as always, check out our guests, the Third Gallon Podcast, Drow with their stuff. I'll see if I can get that link and put it inside that prompt while we're on Breaky as well as that wonderful beast, MichaelHoweArts. Right, we're gonna 15 minutes. We'll be right back.
Cool.
everyone, welcome back. Let me get over there. We go. Welcome back to the Alberin, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. Arma said, welcome back to TTRPG, where we play Alberins and have a hoot. I'm joined by these wonderful lots. The third gallon over there, they're all up there. And Michael Howe over here to my side, over on the wonderful display of things. Don't forget to go over and give them a follow. There's the link for the third gallon on there. Well, subscription over on the YouTube. There's that. And then guest number 2 is MichaelHoweArts. Don't forget to give him a follow. Okay. I'll give it over to the GM now.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna take it away.
No.
It's mine now, and I'm running away with it. You can't catch me.
Oh God.
No, that's my line.
I wanted to open up the second half of this session here with a question that I think we've already talked about on Third Gallon before, but I want to talk about it again. It's my favorite. So obviously all of us here like TTRPGs, and we like specifically the fantasy variety of TTRPGs. Again, because we're here playing one, and I know we play more than this. What got each of you into liking fantasy as like a fiction genre? Not specifically like into TTRPGs, but like what got each of you into fantasy like more specifically? And I want to go in reverse order this time. Let's start with Drow. What got you into the fantasy genre?
Hang on. I'm about to choke on a piece of cheese.
That's what got you into fantasy?
Yes.
Choking on a piece of cheese.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Living like a halfling. Anyway. What got me into not into TTRPGs, but into fantasy in general, was a fucked up children's book called The Oaken Throne.
Ooh.
And I really liked it, even though it still has lasting effects on me because of how it ends. And I'm not gonna spoil it, even though it's older than I am. And I am by no means young.
So by Robin Jarvis.
Old either.
I don't actually know, but it's about squirrels and bats.
Yes. Yeah. Robin
Yep,
Jarvis.
that's the one.
Okay. Cool.
Is that like the so is that like the main thing that has gotten you into fantasy? Are there any other ones besides that? Like, is that a book series or is that a
It's a single book. It's part of like a series of vaguely connected, like they're in the probably same setting.
Okay.
That's the first time I really sought out fantasy on my own.
Okay.
I also like the Warrior series, but that's only vaguely fantasy because there's a tiny bit of magic in that one.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I watched and read, The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff.
Ye old classics.
Yes.
That's fair. That's pretty cool though. You reading a fantasy book that traumatizes children is shockingly on brand. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I don't know how much I can speak because I'm pretty sure I watched Jurassic Park as like a 5 or 6 year old, and was also traumatized by that.
You love this.
To
You
this
love
day.
this.
I was like, I love dinosaurs. Why is he eating people?
They would never do that.
Why? I didn't think about that. That's really cool though. Childhood trauma aside, Murray, what kind of got you into fantasy like originally?
These guys.
Oh,
Del Toro Quest, Emily Rhoda. Probably one of the
Think
first.
about it. Tell me.
It's brilliant. It's made for children, of course. One of those wonderful franchise things, but it's also very descriptive on a lot of the mutilations that the main characters go through during the entire time. So I loved growing up with these books. There are so many of them. They're really small and really, really short. So it's easy to read and
Children,
most of them.
relations.
Yeah, it's great. But these books, Del Toro Quest, Emily Rhoda in general, most of their work I read growing up. Definitely highly recommend those ones. They're brilliant.
Pretty cool.
They're brilliant.
Were you? Because I know we're all kind of roughly in the same age bracket. How big of it? Because Drow mentioned this as well, but like, did the whole like Lord of the Rings movie thing happen around this time for you as well? Was it like a thing that you followed into after that? Because I feel like that connects to everyone's fantasy experience, or is that something you've never touched?
For a lot of people, yes. Lord of the Rings, I am one of the very few people, probably less than even 0.01%, who it didn't have any effect on any of my fantasy stuff. I never read the books. I made it through 50 pages of the first one and then gave up because it was still in Bilbo's party.
It's fair. The first one is rough. The first like half of it, it has the worst character in all existence.
You're all just weak.
No, he's a pretty decent character. And we're not on your thing. We could say his name, Tom Bombadil.
I despise Tom Bombadil.
Tom
Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil, Tom Bombadil, Tom Bombadil.
I have a thing, my like Discord thing where I just can't stand hearing the name. It's just a joke rule. Like if you say Tom Bombadil, like your messages get deleted whenever you said it or something like that. It's a joke rule, but I enforce it, or I try to. But I feel you, man. I read the first 2 Lord of the Rings books, but the first one was a slog. The Hobbit was great, though. And I didn't actually care about Lord of the Rings much as a kid. But it's an interesting other series. I'm trying to think of the other kids' book I read, if any one of them was fantasy. I don't think so. That's super cool.
Thief Lord as well. Check out Thief Lord. That one's it takes place in Venice. And it's got some real fun fantasy aspects to it that you don't get until the end of the whole thing.
Oh, the Thief Lord!
The Thief Lord, yes. Okay, someone else who knows it.
I read that in middle school.
Oh, that book. I still need to rebuy it. I can't remember what happened to my copy. I think I gave it to someone. But it's such a good book.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Good to know. I'll add it to my bookshelves and forget to read it for many years.
And Redwall too. Redwall, actually, that was a huge influence for me as well.
I don't know if I've read Redwall, but I know I've listened to the audiobooks as a kid of one of them. I know I did.
I want to get the root system now and do like a Redwall one-shot or mini-series using the root system because it's built for stuff like that.
Yeah, I was listening to, I forget what podcast it was, talking about either Cannon Fodder from Glass Cannon or like the RPG Bot podcast, and someone had asked about like, I want to have a game to play like with my kids, and like someone I can't remember the name of it, but there was this really cool like family friendly TTRPG that it was reminiscent, at least to me listening it, of like Redwall stuff, but like for kids to learn how to role play and everything like that. It was super neat.
That's cool.
Michael, what got you into the fantasy genre?
Ooh, I've been trying to remember, because it's weird. So growing up, it was a very conservative household, and magic was very, very iffy. Only certain Disney movies allowed, that kind of thing. I'm trying. I feel like I would.
Witchcraft.
Oh, no, definitely not Harry Potter. I didn't read that till I was in my late 20s. I liked it, but...
I always found that amusing. Allow Lord of the Rings, but not Harry Potter. Come on now.
Yeah, my little sister, I think, like, snuck in Harry Potter books. Whenever she started reading it, I'm pretty sure if she had asked, it would have been fine. But it was a no, like, back in the day. So, like, when she was, like, 13, she snuck Harry Potter books from a friend and read through them at night. I feel ya.
Yep. So I think I would read occasional, like, mythology things or fairy tales, and always kind of liked them. I feel like there has to have been something before this that I can't think of. So, but a very big early influence was Chronicles of Narnia, when we finally were allowed to read those.
Oh yeah.
That was what?
Listen, as an adult, Chronicles of Narnia is mid.
There are even conservative households that hated Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
It was very borderline for a long time.
Written with a Christian mindset.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
but it still had magic.
But it literally had the words like magic in it, so therefore bad.
And like, it's fine as an adult though. It's like not as interesting, but as a kid, when like you're in an environment where access to these kind of things is limited, it was like whoa at the time, and it was in vogue too back in the day.
Yeah, so Narnia and the Pendragon Cycle by Stephen Lawhead. I don't know if anyone knows of that one.
That's a good one.
I know of it.
Yeah, King Arthur stuff.
Interesting. I'm surprised that it's like books for all of you for the most part, and like starting whenever you're fairly young. I think.
Hmm. I think
That's
I was.
interesting.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess Beauty and the
How
Beast
old
would count
was
as
I?
fantasy. I like that one.
Yeah, kind of. I would lump it in sort of close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very mid as
How
far as
did
it
you-
goes,
I mean,
but yeah, no.
How did you
Look-
feel about the Black Cauldron then, or were you allowed to watch that?
Oh no.
Was-
So yeah, was not allowed to watch that at all. I
What about, like,
love the
Peter
books, and then
Pan?
Peter Pan we watched.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so then you get into what counts as fantasy and what's not. So yeah,
Pirates
Peter
and
Pan.
fantasy is totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, and flying kids, I think that's fantastic.
Fairies, obviously.
Absolutely. I've been to
Mhm.
see the Peter
Yes,
Pan play 3 times, and every single time it was a woman
Oh,
playing
really?
Peter. Yeah,
Ha!
That's
Oh,
fine.
no.
every single time. With keeping IRL commentary out of the way. That's just a little slam on the current IRL commentary towards it.
Interesting. That's pretty cool though. Jacob, I know you have a laundry list of what got you into fantasy.
I mean, first off, I think honestly everybody's typical first start is just old Disney movies. Sleeping Beauty, Snow
Yeah.
White,
Oh,
Peter
Sleeping Beauty.
Pan,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. They're all very fantasy. I mean, especially Sleeping Beauty. There's a dragon in it. He fights a dragon.
Wasn't allowed to
but
watch Sleeping
as-
Beauty for the longest time either, but it's great.
There you go. But like, as far as besides the things everybody else liked, well, this doesn't really count towards that, but almost Harry Potter, though I kind of do hesitate to say Harry Potter is fantasy. It's magic, but it's not like elves and dwarves and medieval times, which is what I think of when I say fantasy.
Centaurs.
but to counteract my own self, I would consider Star Wars one of my great jumping points.
Yeah, I was just
Ooh.
remembering.
Because
Oh, Star
it is-
Wars, totally.
It is
Star Wars.
sci-fi fantasy. It's
Yeah,
got
that's
the
fair.
same things, just rather than elves and dwarves, it's aliens, and you got the Force, the swords, the lightsabers. Because in middle school, I read a lot of the middle school age Star Wars books, and then I went on to Dragon Riders of Pern, which maybe I shouldn't have been reading as a middle schooler, but who cares? And then like Lord of the Rings, Elder Scrolls Oblivion,
Nice.
and just
Oh,
who
you
knows
youngins that
how
you had.
many other type of fantasy adjacent books I read, because I read non-stop. And I cannot tell you all the things I read that could have been fantasy or fantasy adjacent. But I've always enjoyed fantasy.
Yeah. See, that was the thing I was going to say. For me personally, I have not always enjoyed fantasy, like because Lord of the Rings and the Star Wars prequels movies were coming out, and I was very much Team Star Wars, and everyone else kind of like both. And I was like, I never really cared to watch Lord of the Rings as a kid. Like, it wasn't until I got into like middle school that I like read The Hobbit, and I was like, this is pretty good. And then I read the rest, but like, I don't know, it was always a passing thing for me. I never really cared. It didn't get me into fantasies like as a thing I liked, because whenever I would be faced with like content to consume, fantasy and like Lord of the Rings and everything else is always going to be like lower priority than sci-fi. And while Star Wars, I definitely now would agree it's fantasy back then, I wanted the more sci-fi elements of it than anything else, I think. So I think it took me playing Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep and Borderlands 2 to be like, oh, fantasy's pretty cool. Well, no, it wasn't. It was that combined with whenever I played that was the same year. I think after that is when I played Skyrim for the first time, like around about the same time. I can't remember which came first, but they were both right around the same time, and that's when I was like, oh, fantasy's pretty dope. And that's when Jacob pulled out his D&D 3.5 books and started beating me with them.
I heard a
trying to
man
get me to
talking
play.
about D&D, and I was like, oh yes, please. I've been waiting years for this.
Lifelong dream. So that was until I was in college. So I read the Lord of the Rings books because it was like a classic thing to read, but like I also read Star Wars books and I preferred them. But yeah, I would consume fantasy content before then, but it never became something I actually liked until college. And then, yeah, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep happened, Skyrim happened, then we started playing 3.5, and that progressed to PF1, and then, just now I'm here. and it's kind of my jam. I still like sci-fi a lot, but like I think it's also combined with Star Wars is really hit or miss in its content type these days that I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon in some ways. Yeah. There's good things, but there's also not so great things. But fantasy, especially met with the TTRPG like scene, is really make your own story kind of thing, and there's a game aspect to it. So I'm super into it. I have like recently, when I was 6, started a new Skyrim playthrough with I think was it 800 mods in my active load list.
You added way too
Ooh.
many.
Oh boy.
I love modding Skyrim. I'm making it different every single time. I hate how much I love that old broken game, but I do. It's objectively not very great compared to some things, but I love it so much. Anyway, with that out of the way, thanks for humoring me. Let's get back in. I will forgo the prompt this time. It is seen.
It has been read.
It has, in fact, been read. So when we last left, we had done some experience and gotten you some new talents. And you were exploring this Tomb of the Iron Lord that you'd heard about from a traveler on the road. You made your way here from Eagle Hold, did a lot of survival things, got to experience the system a little bit there. You climbed the cliffs to get into this tomb, and you have faced down a group of skeletons. And they now lie before you on the floor, scattered. And as the last one falls, and it's like the head, I think the last one that got killed was Drow, baseball batted the head off of one of them with a helmet. It flew off, and as the last bit of it falls and the head like bounces on the floor, the door to the next chamber opens up. I will say that our resident, I believe, druid with Detect Magic, you can tell that both the script and the door are magical, and it opened up after the last skeleton fell. What do you do?
Groglin.
And by the way, the duel's magic.
Oh, really?
Groglin will say, "Oh," as he is at 1 out of 5 strength and is very hurt.
Yikes.
And I don't know what to do about that because he's not broken, so we can't heal him.
Oh, buddy,
You can
looks
only
like
heal
you need yourself a gumdrop button.
You could rest.
We could rest, and resting does heal all damage to all attributes.
Yes. However, the only thing about resting here is, I believe, it took you spent your daytime quarter day ascending up here, if I remember right. Actually, let me retrack your steps here, because I did keep track. First day, daytime, you went 2 hexes. You made camp. Second day, you stayed in place for the morning. You moved 2 hexes during the day, and then you made camp at the base camp.
Yep.
Yeah, so today, no, you moved up in the morning. It's the daytime. You could wait a quarter day to rest, get all of your stuff back, and then continue exploring this in the evening if you would like.
Hi,
Sounds good.
Jacob.
I mean, if we go in
Like-
the cave,
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Drow, you're muted. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa. We could always just break him.
Just punch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make you
he
better.
he will not accept that.
And I will say, so is it sound like you want to rest here?
I
Sure.
like the idea of resting because that is right now our only source of healing until someone gets broken.
Okay.
So I'm still gonna have control of my guy for another half or another quarter day after we rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You know what? Well, damn. I want them to rest, but I also want to utilize this skeleton while I have him.
Just tell the skeleton to walk through the cave to the inn and then to come back. And if it never comes back, you know there's something dangerous in the cave.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. The thing is, it might draw it out.
In that case, we die in glorious battle.
Alright, let's fucking do that then.
You send your skeleton forward. You hear it
Goodbye,
clack down
Charles.
a hallway, and then you start hearing sploosh, 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 sploosh,
great.
sploosh.
Oh no. Trenchfoot.
Sounds like he's
Trenchfoot.
pretty wet.
He gets wet. You hear a bunch of splooshing, and then it splooshes on back.
Oh.
Huh.
And you can see that like part of its like skeleton feet are wet.
Oh, wet.
Are you going to do anything else in this room while you're resting?
Keeping watch.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll station the guy to keep watch, I guess.
As you settle down, perhaps you get bored, look at these different things. You notice tucked away in one of the open sarcophagi, and amongst the remains of the skeletons on the floor, there is one open helmet, which is a metal helmet,
Oh.
and one morning star.
Oh.
Ooh.
We found a star for the morning and a helmet that's pretty open about its life.
It's a beautiful morning.
What a beautiful
Ah.
morning! Oh, what a beautiful day!
See, a morning star.
That's a one-handed weapon
Yep.
with a +2
Plus-
gear bonus
Ooh.
and a damage of 2.
Oh. So. Roglin would really benefit from this weapon.
By all means.
Take it
So
away,
anyone-
Merle.
All right.
Swing away. Swing
And what does
away.
the helmet do?
I just went to the items and typed in my name.
Wow.
Groglin. So the open helmet is it's a head slot helmet, and it adds a armor rating of 2. And you can wear it, I think, in addition to any like body armor.
Yeah, it combines with your armor for a total that's much greater.
I've got a nice
Does anyone
cat.
else have armor?
Armor really benefits those who plan on being up in enemies' faces. So Groglin and Jin would probably benefit the most, I think.
Yeah.
I could get someone else my leather cap.
Oh, you already have armor.
I have a leather cap.
Yeah, he
I'll
has
take the
leather
tiny
armor
leather
and a leather
cap.
cap.
I'll take a tiny leather cap because I actually don't have any like ranged attack spells. So if we get combat, I need to get close.
Ah.
Will it do a trait ski?
I can move them between your sheets here real quick, if you're up with that or okay with that.
Protect the
You down for
noggin.
that?
Alrighty. So
So
I'll
you don't-
put open helmet on your sheet.
Sweet.
Put studded leather cap, and then get rid of you. Boom, salad. You now have an armor rating of 4.
You should say
Hot
salad.
dog.
Heard that
Boom,
too.
salad.
Salad.
And then you already added your morning star. Yeah, you did. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, but the evening comes. You rest. You heal up. You can go
Let's
click the little
go.
rest button on your sheet.
Let's roll.
You'll get everything back, more or less.
Oh,
Sans
I think I
willpower if
lost
that comes through
anything.
other stuff.
yes.
I don't
Um,
think I got hurt at all.
I don't think anyone else but
Groglin.
Groglin did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Groglin got hurt
2D
bad. He tanked it.
I really want them to
Uh,
hit me, because, no one can.
Gotta
one
love
can
that
catch
halfling
me.
ability.
But
All right,
what are you going
he,
to do?
Groglin stands up, yells, "Oh, that was a good rest. I'm ready to go."
Lean up from inside one of the sarcophaguses, little thingies. Yeah. You
That's
good?
nasty.
Reminds me of the stone beds of Markarth.
Just gotta get used for where my body's gonna be ultimately in the end.
You got that right. Get ready for death. That's what I always say.
Mhm.
Ah. You sound like one of my other favorite minstrels.
You better get ready for death.
All right. I suppose we'll just keep going in, right?
Yeah.
Party order. I'm gonna say Groglin goes first. He is the
How
tank,
about
basically.
my skeleton goes
Or the
first?
skeleton. That's right.
The skeleton will go first. So you go down. The door is opened into a little bit of a narrow hallway. And the further you go, you hear like water dripping. The air gets a little bit more like humid, and then the chamber widens a bit. It's about maybe 40 feet long, and it's filled with ankle-deep, murky water that seems pretty cold to the touch.
Oh.
Ankle deep for who?
Oh yeah.
Well, it depends on the size of your ankles.
I think I want to climb the skeleton. I don't want wet feet.
And the skeleton just walks in, sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. I need everyone to make me a scouting roll.
Oh
Ooh.
boy.
I'm nervous. Oh jeez.
Boop.
What just?
Did I?
Look at all them rolls.
Look
Y'all
at all
ready
those
for-
Groglin
rolls.
made one.
Y'all ready for this?
Ba-da-da.
Oh,
The success is
every
just a fail.
single person got a bane.
We did
Wow,
actually,
so
yeah.
3 different successes. So I'll say everyone but Jin. Perhaps you're trying to ride on top of the skeleton to avoid
Just let
getting
me
your feet too
on.
wet. Everyone but Jin, you notice. Hold on, getting my page here. You notice that some of the tiles on this floor under the murky water, you can't quite see it. We don't have to get into the resources of this, but you have like torches, but you notice that they're uneven, and you almost step when you feel like one start to go down a little bit, and then you step away. And that causes you to look up, and you see that the water is not just dripping in from the outside cave, but there are 4 different spouts where it is just
Oh.
slowly dripping in from.
Oh.
I wonder if it would seal up and drown us.
It's a trap.
Seal up and
Well.
drown us? Sounds about time.
You're spouting nonsense.
Oh.
I think I'm just a little waterlogged.
Oh, washed up.
You guys are just a slow drip every morning.
Pun.
Well, let's not we wet blankets about it.
Oh, that's delightful.
Time to go with the flow. Further onward.
Yes.
Drowning in puns.
You're all hilarious.
Oh. Hey, do you
So you're
remember
able
that
to
guy H2? Oh, he was a nice one.
Oh.
I remember H2O too. It's much more
Ugh.
poisonous.
So you're able to identify with these 3 separate successes the different tiles that would have gone off, which is actually kind of a lot of work because you got to walk carefully. You don't know how this skeleton managed to do it. Perhaps dumb luck. Perhaps its own lightweightedness. Perhaps the GM didn't want to have your skeleton walk and the door seal up, and then you just hear like toilet noises.
Barbling.
A skeleton
gonna-
drowning.
Not that the skeleton would have drowned; it just would have sat there. It's
Aw.
wet. But no, you are successfully able to navigate around it. You take some time, like a number of minutes, like 15, 20 minutes to carefully work through and not set off any of these tiles. And you come to the other end, and you see the stone door is only partially opened and will need to be forced open with a might roll.
I am pretty good at might.
Can I try to have
Can I
my
assist?
skeleton do that?
Anyone who wants to may assist, and that'll
Can I have
give.
my skeleton assist?
Exist?
Can I have my skeleton exist? Can this be real?
I don't know.
How
Can
many
I stop
people assist?
hallucinating?
How many modifiers do I get to add?
Let's say 3.
Oh, right.
That's a lot.
If you throw out your back again, it'll be funny.
That'd be really funny, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
I got 2.
2
Yay.
successes with everyone working together. You're able to wrench the door open, move some rubble and debris out of the way, and you see another chamber before you. In the next room, you go down a short hallway and see this like round-looking room with a exit on the opposite end. It's all stone. There's a little tiny like hole in the ceiling where some light is coming down, and in the center you see a kneeling, large stone statue of what looks to be a dwarf dressed in armor. I'll say that our 2 magic users know that this is emanating a little bit of magic.
How you doing, R2?
What do you do?
Do you think that I should have the skeleton go up and poke it?
Oh,
Well, except, do we know, like, would it trigger? Actually, would it trigger? Based on different kinds of magic. I'm gonna cast sense magic if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can
Which
spend
allows me
however
to
much
know what
willpower.
kind.
it's just one
Spend-
willpower.
Okay, 1. So you still have another one left. Let me
And
look
then,
at the
and I also, because I'm a half elf, it counts as 2.
Yes.
power level 2.
willpower.
Yeah.
But that does mean you'll
Yeah.
have to roll 2 dice.
Yeah, roll me a
Yes.
2d6, please.
Don't get a bane. Slash R, dear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
/R and then space 2d6.
Or we just do this.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Hey, no bane it looks like. Sweet. So you detect that this is, as most players assume when they see a statue in any dungeon, you detect that this is more than a simple stone statue, but it is in fact an animated golem.
Oh.
Oh.
And it is powered by some remnant magic force.
Oh, let me look at something real quick, cause I can't do it. But, do either of y'all have rank 2 of your magic?
I do.
Anyone
Yeah.
who has rank 2 in their magic also has rank 2 of general spells, which does have dispel magic.
Ooh, you are correct.
Hmm.
We decrease the power level of the opponent's spell with the power level of our dispel. If the result is 0 or less, the opponent's spell has no effect at all. You must both roll for overcharge and mishaps, as with any other spell.
Ooh.
Would that theoretically work, Derek?
You think, because you cast a spell to sense magic, you spent willpower to sense magic, you think that if you could successfully dispel this, the magic on this thing, so I think that would be getting a certain power level with your dispel magic, that you could basically just remove the enchantment that brings it to be animated.
Okay. Well, how confident are we in taking on a golem? I can try to turn it off, but I'm not sure if I can. And at how I'm at, that. Oh yeah, the statue's really alive. It'll probably try to hit us if we walk in there.
Turn it off.
The golem. Oh, you want me to turn it off? All right. Drow, how are you magically? I mean, I could try, but I risk setting things off in another way.
I think you both have 1 willpower.
Mechanically speaking, Michael would get 2 from that 1. So
Yeah,
he
that's
would
what I was
automatically
thinking.
have a
Half
power
elf.
level of 2.
Yep. I was just making sure that we were that I hadn't missed something else. So,
And hey, let's see how much we can cheese this, you guys. Does anyone have anything made of iron?
I look at my dagger and then I put it away and hide it.
No, weapons don't count because we need to be in one piece. Because if you had iron fillings, you would have an ingredient for this spell as well.
Oh, of course I carry all the ingredients on me.
No, it's not. This is not like the D20 systems. Way too important for that.
Would one individual, make me a wits check?
I would like to.
Go ahead.
Mine's just 2 of 2. Don't do it to me.
Can I push it?
Look
Can
how
I push
allow
it?
you to push it.
That was a lot of 2s.
Oh my goodness!
Ooh,
Wow.
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 Hot damn.
Drow, you recall that you fought skeletons with old iron swords.
I'm not gonna lie, I was already thinking that, but
Nice.
Take a bottle cap.
Go out back.
Can I? Okay. Gear. I'll add it there.
Okay. So you can carefully, if you want to, you could carefully work your way back and retrieve one of the swords of the fallen skeletons.
You want me to? I feel like I'm faster and quicker on my feet.
No.
Okay.
No. and then I could chance cast it to go higher, right?
No, you only chance cast when you're casting to a rank that you don't have yet.
Ah.
So you would chance cast a 3rd rank spell.
Oh, not to increase the power of my 2nd rank spell.
Correct.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna go crush up some old armor.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say, because I'm not gonna make you. I'll just say it takes time to work back through the other chamber, but not have any sort of checks. What I do want to check for is someone trying to get some iron shavings. I want a crafting check.
I have a crafting of +6.
Thank you, Hans.
Woo! Aww. Aww.
Giftsubby. You're a beautiful being, Hans. You magnificent beast.
So who would make me a crafting check to get some iron shavings per the spell's requirements?
I could do it with my 6. Does anyone else have anything greater?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. To go to crafting. I will roll. Oh, Derek, can...
You want to push it?
I'll push.
Go ahead. I'll allow pushing.
Push.
Don't regret this.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh god.
2 damage to
2
strength.
willpower I got, though.
2 willpower.
Can I have
2
my
willpower is nice.
skeleton try?
Why don't you roll an extra d6, Jacob, for the skeleton helping you?
Alrighty. I will click roll and choose just 1 base die.
Aww.
You can push that because you already pushed the other thing.
Aww.
Unfortunately, this iron is well tempered, and it is hard to. It's possible to get the right kind of fillings. You feel like maybe you could shatter the swords, but you wouldn't get the fillings needed to fit the spell's requirement.
Well, I tried.
Can I try?
No, I'm sorry. That's going to be it.
Fair enough.
Okay. So just my normal stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so there'll be 1 willpower plus another die because you're half elf thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you roll those, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, mishap.
Uh-oh.
Just gonna have my
Alright,
dagger
Jacob.
out in case.
Oh, God.
Do you have the table?
I do have the table. I have it right now. No,
Is
wait,
it
hold on a
D6
second.
or D66?
It will be D6. Alright, hold on. Let me just go to the PDF that I have for magic. Yeah, I got it. D66.
All right, that is going to be 13.
13. Okay. Someone witnesses your magic and tells others. Your reputation increases 1 step.
All right. Knock your reputation up. You basically get away scot-free this time.
Yeah.
Power level will be
That last skeleton that we missed ran down the mountains like.
So
Flash
what I'm
and
going to
terror.
say is I was looking for power level 3. However, with power level 2, you walk up to this kneeling stone golem, and you dispel a chunk of the magic, and you feel like it's about to just kind of crumble, but then it starts to stand up, and we're going to go to the combat chapter.
I swear, I thought you were about to say we'll see you next week. I
No.
almost panicked.
However, what I will say is because you spent the willpower and everything, it definitely looks like you took some of the gusto out of it. Perhaps it is starting in a weakened state.
Oh ho ho.
Nice.
Perhaps.
Gusto.
Nice.
Gusto.
Gusto's a fun word.
It
Yeah.
is.
All right. Let me show you this because I also was able to generate an image of this guy. This is what I call the Golem of the Iron Lord.
I dig it.
That's fun. Ooh.
Oh.
That's fun.
He's just a chunky little guy.
He kind of looks like a clay pot.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Kind of looks like one of
Just
those
a-
things from the second most recent Zelda game.
I can see that.
Oh, like a guardian?
I don't know. They're just
The
big
wa-
clay
the-
things.
Looks like a
It
It
chunky
looks like one
sex
of
god.
them.
He chunky.
Chungy.
Link will break the pot.
La, la,
That's Twitch's
chunky.
giant comic smash.
I have dealt you all initiative cards.
Beautiful.
I got number 2.
Here.
Sick.
I got 2. I think you would be first then. And I'm going to start Liren, I think, at arm's reach because of this.
Not lasagna.
Okay, so any trading you want to do before we start? It looks like you got amongst the players 2, 3, 6, and 10.
I have 6. Once again, if you let me go first, I can do my war cry. Unless... No,
Someone-
I can do my war cry.
I would be happy to switch the 2 with you. Do the
All right.
casters want to go last?
I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
get
if
away from
I,
this guy.
yeah. I have 3.
You have 3. Do you want to keep 3?
Yes.
Well, you
I
could
would like
give
to give 3 to Liren.
so you can get out
Thank
of
you.
there.
You
Yeah.
can have the 10.
Yeah.
And I'm giving the 2 to Jacob. The bottom, and I have a 6 now. I think that's right.
Hot dog.
Yeah, cool. And then Drow's got a 10 now?
Yep.
Thanks,
Yes.
Drow.
Awesome.
I
Cool.
got you guys sorted here. There we go. Okay, so first in the order in round 1, much like last time, is going to be our resident old man dwarf, Groglin.
All right, Graglin is going to once again belt out some delightful dwarven opera for a +1 to your modifiers for attacking. And then he is going to do what?
I thought it was to any roll.
I misread that. It is specifically to attacks.
Okay.
It was all rolls related to attacking. So
I see.
that's what confused me. And then he will fast action swing, slow action run up and hit. This golem.
Charge, right?
Yes, charge. Yes.
Cool.
So I'm going to use my Morning Star, which I already had out. I'm going to click on Hammer Fighter. Derek, is this a monster?
For the sake of game mechanics, it will be considered a monster.
I'm going to click on 1 for Dragon Slayer. I'm going to add another modifier for my delightful opera song. And I'm going to roll 3, 4, 6, 9 dice.
Oh, jeez, nice.
So-
Does your song work
Sick.
for yourself?
And I am yes, it does, and I'm going to miss every single one of those. And due to the fact that I've already rolled 2 Banes, which would bring me down to 1 if I did not roll another Bane, I'm just not going to push it, and all of that was wasted. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's too bad.
It happens.
Be
Die,
delightful.
giveth, and then taketh away.
That's right.
So next in the order is going to be Liren. You are adjacent to this thing. You have cast Dispel Magic on it, and you definitely feel like you've weakened it, like,
I
greatly.
should switch.
However,
Mhm.
it is is still up, and it's active, and it looks like it's ready to punch.
Falcon.
Okay. So just to clarify, I have because I know spells are a slow action.
Uh-huh.
But this says, so I have the Bear's Claw spell, which says I hit automatically and cause damage equal to the power level. The attack can... Oh, wait, I don't have any willpower. Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm going to swing at it with my stick before before backing up.
Okay.
+1. Not 10, 1.
You could do plus turn, it just wouldn't count.
Okay,
Oof.
so no successes.
Yeah.
You may push if you would like, because this is a desperate situation.
Ooh.
Hey, okay,
Ooh.
2 successes for 2 points of damage and no bane. So no willpower, but that will hit. And you can tell that the way this golem is animated is that the stone armor on it looks like it moves like regular armor, like it's disconnected. However, it seems to have absolutely no effect as all your damage goes through.
Yeah.
2 damage.
Get 'em.
Very good. Okay, that'll be your. Is that your whole turn?
I'm
Or
going
is
to
that
back
just-
up.
Okay, yeah, you can fast action move out of there, but you'll have to make a move roll, right, to retreat. Yes. All right, cool. 2
Oh.
successes. You can move 1 zone, or you could move to near. So the way this would look is you could either go past him to get behind him, or you could go back to your group at the entrance to this room.
Do we get any advantages for flanking or anything?
Not in this one. How close you are to them is the only thing that matters. There's no tactical combat like there is in Pathfinder.
Okay.
In terms of positioning.
I'll just move back with other friends then.
Okay, I gotcha. Cool. That'll be your turn. It is now Jin's turn. You see this golem stand up and animate. You see Liren take a hit on it with the staff and then run back. What would you like to do?
Oh, I guess it's time to try to get caught again. I'm gonna run up. So, fast action run up to him, I think.
Yes.
Sweet. Then I'll use my action to try to chink away his self.
Shank.
All right.
Shank.
Yeah,
Let me move
strike.
you up there.
I'm a strikey.
Okay. Move so you can see his name tag. There we go.
Sweet. Attack has got the +1, melee of 3, strength of 4. I'm got the knife fighter, and then I have an extra one because of the songy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that should be modifier should be 2. Hop it up. Jeez, I'm rolling a lot of dice. That's
Yep.
10.
Oh, the dice.
Good.
Good.
Oh
You're
my
gonna need it.
goodness.
Can
No
I use
successes.
a will?
You can push. So if you put, you can. That's how
Oh,
you get
boy.
willpower. Is you push.
Okay.
And if you already have 1 bane, so what that means is you'll take a point of damage to your strength, because if you expand what you got the results on, you got a bane on your strength die, right? So you push. That means that's going to damage your strength.
Okay.
You'll roll everything that's not a 1 or a 6, so you could take more damage to strength, or you could damage your dagger. But for every bane you end up with, you'll get willpower. So you will get at least 1 willpower by doing this.
Okay. I will push it. I will push it because that's only 1. No successes with 10 dice. That's bull.
Yep.
Come on now.
Go for it.
My item broke.
Oh, okay.
That was-
yeah,
no.
see?
Oh no.
You
My
okay?
baggy
this
be
is cool then.
gone.
So you push yourself. You do get a success. You stab at him. He has no effective armor. You're able to get a point of damage off. You do notice that his tough, stone skin makes it so that you can only ever deal 1 point of damage maximum because he is just made of rock. And perhaps
the
part
blunt-
of that attack, you blunt your dagger or you bend it out of shape. Your
Oof.
dagger is now broken. It can be repaired, but unfortunately, I don't know if that's something you can do in combat at the moment.
This is a blunt dungeon.
A little bit.
Dungeon.
Yo, man.
This is
This is a dungeon.
the blunt dungeon. So that'll be your fast action and your slow action. Cool. All right, next in the order is me. I'm the GM, and I have gonna reveal something here.
Uh-oh.
I found this monster online and modified it because there is no Golem in the Forbidden Lands book.
Yeah.
So this is a custom thing, and I'm gonna roll for what attack I'm gonna do. Oh hell yeah! Okay, so the Golem is gonna bang his massive stone fists against his chest in an impressive display of dominance and aggression, and you hear this cacophony of vibrations just rattling in your head. And everyone within short is going to suffer a fear attack with 5 die, and I got 1 success on that. So everyone is going to take, except for the skeleton friend you have, everyone is going to take 1 point of damage to wits.
Yep.
So click on
I am
your...
to use my fearless to use my insight against it.
Yeah, roll insight as your basically like armor against it. Do it. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm ready for fear attacks.
Hot
hey,
dog!
1
You
success.
negated it.
You negate it. Good job.
Sick.
All right, dope. That's its turn. It basically lets out that horrifying like boom, 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 and it's so loud in this round chamber it just shakes your head. But that's all it can do on its turn. So last in the order here is going to be Drow with the number 10.
I'm going to send my skeleton to strike
Okay.
the
Fast
golem of
action.
the Iron Lord.
He's going to move up and he's going to smack, kick, punch. It's all in the mind. Hey, 1 success or to 3 successes, only going to be 1 point of damage because of its stone skin.
Okay.
And that'll be its turn. What do you want to do? Han says, yeah, Trout, fuck him up with your boner.
I'm gonna run up and smack him too.
Okay, with your staff?
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I do. This is what I'm here for, and I get a +1, right?
Yes, from the
I
song.
swear, if you make my old man have a heart attack.
Oh, 2 successes for 2 points of damage.
Nice.
Drow, you bring your staff down on this golem, and I invite you to describe your kill as you move through its armor without any effort because of its weakened state.
This thing is like, is it clay? Is it rock?
It's stone.
Okay. I find like one itty bitty crack and I smack it very lightly and it just...
Yeah, perfect. It looks like the magic holding it together is only like barely functioning. You just find, a crack in the rock and it just falls to pieces in front of you. Who did I give a bottle cap to earlier was Drow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I give one to Liren for doing the spell?
No.
You may take one because you made this encounter significantly easier than it would have otherwise been. It would have had some stout armor to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You are
Cool,
now
thanks.
out of combat. I'll move you back to just the map. Actually, I'm going to put you guys on the cool art splash page here. Here we go. Sweet.
The Forbidden Lands.
The Forbidden Lands.
I
Is
love.
that a dragon or something else?
This is the cover art of the box set you get that has the player's handbook and the GM's guide, like and the map all together. I don't know exactly what that mount's supposed to be, but I love this image. It confuses me and delights me all at the same time. You are out of combat. The golem falls to the ground, lifelessly. And I have to apologize as your GM here because I forgot to tell you something earlier. When you were going through the flooded cavern, you made your scouting rolls and you found something.
Yes.
You found a small gold hammer.
Oh.
Is it worth a
Word.
gold?
It is worth a total of 2 gold pieces.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Not that it'll really come into
Wow.
play this session, but that would be a pretty hefty find.
Who wants to hold it?
I'll take it and I'll use it as a weapon.
Yeah, I was like, does it work as a weapon?
Little hammer.
You could certainly try.
You can certainly try.
You don't find anything in the remains of the golem though, just rock.
I want a rock.
Same.
The light is still shining down from the top
rock.
of this room. It's again round stone. All the rooms here have been just kind of ornately carved. This is the first more like round one. A lot of them are very square and angular in their like design language. There's still like runes, writings on some of the wall and on the floor, and you see an exit ahead of you. The door is halfway open.
Was it open before?
No, actually, it looks like it's tried to open, but it's stuck.
Okay.
Then give me your dagger, please.
It's busted, right?
My dagger's
I
so
have
broke.
a rather good crafting check.
Ooh.
Well, it's been better in the past because I've taken some damage, but I could attempt to fix it.
It's bent and a little dull in the front.
Ain't nothing a little elbow grease won't fix it with.
Yeah, my maker gave it to me. I mean, father.
It is now broken forever. He takes it and like takes out a little hammer to smack it, and it just snaps in half. He's like, "Oh, well, I've got two choices for you then." In one hand, he holds out a knife, and in the other hand, he holds out a large wooden club.
What have you got? A knife.
I have a
no.
knife and a large wooden club.
That was the funniest and most horrible thing that could happen. Thanks, Jacob. Way to go. Look at what you've done. You've given him depression.
Sure you
I
didn't
just
have it
take the
already?
knife, crying, tears pouring down my face, walking away.
Listen, the knife is bonus +1 and 1 damage, so you know.
Oh,
I'll drag it on your sheet.
thank you.
I will delete it off mine.
Oh my
I'll
god.
delete your dagger because it is broken forever.
Oh no, I deleted
No.
the large club as well.
Wait, we might have iron shavings now with my dagger.
Oh god.
Just
If
a little
only you had it
bit.
earlier.
I'll just scoop these up for next time. Can I brush any pieces into a satchel?
Sure. Why not?
This is
At least it still has some use.
this is heinous. This is horrible.
Oh, delightful.
Whoopsie.
Williams.
Whoopsie Williams.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
what do you want to do?
I'm gonna clunk my guy on the head and he falls to pieces.
Why?
Oh, why?
Because it's over.
No, you
Why?
Still, what are you talking about? You haven't rested. It's still the middle of the evening.
Oh, okay.
There's one more room ahead of you.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Live
Are you
fast,
going
die fast,
to-
baby.
Oh, so you're just gonna go right on in?
Well,
I'm gonna do,
scouting and all
yeah,
that.
can we check for like pressure plates and little pieces of string that might trigger other traps?
I
Sure.
have one die. I got a 6.
Oh my
Oh my god.
You break my dagger,
Wow.
but you.
He's good at the strange few things.
I'm just as good as the person who rolled 6 die. I love this game.
Are you happy? Are you pleased with yourself?
I am. I've broken a little
I'm
guy's
happy now.
dagger and I can see something.
You are very certain that it is not trapped. And in fact, when you peer into the next room, you see what looks to be some sort of ornate burial chamber, with a bigger like shaft of light coming
Stagger.
down on a tomb.
Why are you proud of that?
What?
You broke a little guy's dagger. Why are you proud of that, you monster?
He was too reliant on it, okay? He needs to learn to live without it.
I removed his crutch.
That's right. Watch
Oh
how
my
good he's gonna do
God.
in this next
Holding the
fight with this
handle.
inevitable boss.
It's okay, Papa. Your bakery did pretty well.
Oh.
At least people knew who you were.
What the hell is happening? What the hap is hellening?
Let's go fight this boss.
He did give me an awful
okay.
middle
Okay.
name, but I'm okay with it.
So,
What's your
well,
middle name?
Let's
Go ahead.
let's the skeleton go first
Sure.
if we do that again.
Oh,
Oh my
gingerbread! Gingerbreadman!
I'm the gingerbread man. No one can catch me.
Aw,
oh my god.
that's so cute.
Oh my gee.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's adorable.
Oh,
You've been singing the whole time. No one can catch you. Oh my goodness.
I have.
yep.
And
Uh-huh.
the gumdrop buttons. Oh.
The
Oh,
gumdrop
you-
buttons.
You dummy, dumb.
Oh, I
I
love
hope
putting
you're
gimmicks
happy
in my
with
one
yourself.
shots. Super
Yeah,
Yeah,
happy
take a
with
bottle
myself.
cap. That was
Thank
a funny
you.
joke.
Thank you.
Funny.
Funny
Uh,
joke.
Okay, so you see this next room. You let the skeleton walk on in. It gives you a thumbs up.
All right.
Oh, I don't
you
like
kind of
that.
have to.
I don't like
squeeze a-
that at all. You're not supposed to be able to
That's
do
not
that.
very. It's not very witless now, is it?
You're not
You have
supposed
to-
to be able to do that.
You can fit through the opening in the door, but you do have to kind of like squeeze and crawl through it a little bit. Well, not on your hands and knees, but like it's not fully open. You have to like work your way through it. You could use might to try and shove it open, but it's not like you need to get through it. And you see here, so this chamber is more like rectangular shaped. In the center of it is that like shaft of light over this tomb, and all around it are what looks to be like shelves and plaques full of like ornate dwarven weapons. You see a couple different
Ooh.
chests. You see lots of pictures like of artwork, like old faded paintings, some torn like banners and everything. And again, this tomb sarcophagus thing in the middle. What do you do? And rolling over your famed scouting roll there, Groglin, and also Liren. No traps. But I will say, Liren, with your scouting in particular, you can feel just a twinge of magic in this room.
All right.
Magical
Well, doesn't appear to be trapped. Some of this stuff looks like it could be, worth a lot, and not to mention, maybe a weapon could be nice. However, there's magic here, so we should be very careful.
Touch everything.
Yeah. In fact, it looks like there's some sort of like, 'cause the air in here is now actually just cold, which is odd. Because it was cool once up at this mountain, but like when I've gotten in here, it was actually just cold.
Oh, cold straight
And
up.
it's like some sort of like light fog around the tomb,
Like water and stuff on the floor?
like low-lying fog around it.
Oh, fog. I heard
Well,
fog.
I wonder where the magic is located.
If you wanted to, I don't think you have any willpower, but if you wanted to cast sense magic, I would say there is stuff you can find here.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I have done it.
Okay, you spend your willpower. You know for a
Yep.
fact that one of these weapons
Don't forget the
is
die.
magical.
Aw, you're right.
Oh,
Hang on.
magic.
Let me give me my willpower back, and then I will cast it.
Yeah.
Go, child.
Oh.
All right, power level 1, no mishap. But you know for a fact that one of these weapons is like not just like, oh, cool, old dwarven weapon, but is actually like magical, as in artifact die.
Everything is
Mm.
normal here.
And that's, just to clarify, that's like just that one
That's
of
a
the
joke.
weapons in this mass is it, and you have
No,
to Holy
I-
Grail to find which one.
No. You can see this. Like you've spent willpower. I'm going to tell you exactly what you find. In fact, that you notice that. Oh, what did I say I was going to do here? It is another morning star.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm going to call out to Charles, my skeleton,
Uh huh.
and tell him to wield this.
He wields it. He goes over to get it. And he just kind of shambles, clack, 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 and he picks it up. And when he does so, a like string hangs from it and snaps. And then you hear you never play Skyrim, you hear like the guys breaking out of the sarcophagus. You hear,
Yeah, it's the Draugr.
And standing up from the sarcophagus, you see this stubby humanoid skeleton clad in armor, holding a sword, and he looks like this.
Brother! Yeah.
Nice.
And
That's
we
funky.
are going
I love
to
it.
draw some initiative cards as you fight the skeletal Iron Lord.
Lord.
That's fun.
Iron Lord, who in sarcophagus? Please don't come out.
Oh, too late.
I'm going to say you are all going to be near, but unfortunately, do we have a name for your skeleton?
Charles.
Charles. Oh, he's Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Let me give him a name here.
Is there a Mrs. Skeleton Iron Lord? There will be if we die.
Here we go. Let's do some initiative cards again.
Yeah.
Shuffle, shuffle. And let's hand these out.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sick.
Alright, alright.
Oh, okay.
I have got a 5.
I've got 3.
I got an 8.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a woof. And the Michael of the house is disappeared.
Michael?
So while that
no.
disappeared,
Oh,
don't
he's
forget everyone to
gone.
go and follow, or actually subscribe our friends here,
On
the Gallon
YouTubes.
on YouTubes. Yes, go
Yep,
give them
we're
a follow. They got
also-
so much fun stuff.
We're also like on all the podcast places, as you do.
As
We
you
do the podcast thing, but yeah, our YouTube is cool because we do like a visualized, like audio visualizer, and have like artwork as we talk about it and stuff. So
It's really cool. And Forbidden
Wherever
The
Lands
Everybody
was
has
podcast
their
crew has commented on that.
say what?
They're like, the podcast crew has commented on it. They're like, I always have to come over here because of the stuff you talk about. Yes,
It's
the
superior
YouTube
place.
is just superior.
We try to make it a first first class citizen along with the audio version as well. Okay, cool. I will
It's
give
awesome. Go check
Charles
it out.
the skeleton the Morning Star. Let me put it on him.
Alright, so, Michael, what card did you draw?
I drew a 4.
Could I
Yeah.
swap with whoever has the 3? So, once again, you know,
No, I kind of want to get a hit in before
Charles.
for Charles. Yeah.
But like,
Charles, Jacob.
I could modify him by 2, unless the boss gets to go first. But we don't
Yeah.
know.
I just don't want to. If I can, I'd like to go before the Skeleton Lord.
Well, you have 3, 4, and 5, and then 8. So if he goes before you, he's going to go before you. If you swap the 4,
That's fair. I'll
it's
give
the
you the
same.
3 then, Jacob.
All right. And who wants the 5? Pass that to Trow so they can pass it to somebody. Oh, it's right. It's 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I
Why
just
did you
passed
just
the 3
hand it back
right
to me?
back to you.
This is always so funny to watch because I can see all your hands.
There we go.
All right.
Goes in, goes out, comes around.
Are we ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Goes around. Let's do this.
Cool.
Let's fight.
Well, you are lucky because
Oh.
first in the order is going to be
Good.
our one and only Groglin. I think you're going to do the same song and dance yet again.
Except this time I'm going to spend 2 willpower. All my willpower.
Mm.
Ooh.
So everybody will get +2 modifier to their hits.
Oh, sick.
Delightful.
So that is going to be my Morning Star. That is going to be Hammer Fighter, Dragon Slayer, and an additional +2 for 4 modifier. I better hit.
I believe in you.
Oh, I'm going to move up and swing.
I believe in you, don't
So
fuck
I'll
up.
get an additional modifier to that for a modifier of 5.
You better hit, buddy.
Good
Yep.
heavens.
Or don't.
Do it.
It'll be funny.
11 die.
You'll get willpower.
Hey, 3
Oh, good.
successes.
Good.
I got
Good.
3
Damage.
successes for 4 damage.
Now here's the fun thing. I now have armor. I will roll.
Huh.
No
Nothing.
successes on my armor die, so that's not going to help me. So 4 damage. You notice that even though you have ignored the armor, not all of it goes through.
Ah.
Oh.
Mm.
Is this just magical resistance?
It
Explain to
is-
us what's going on here, Derek.
You know what? I can. There we go. I only take half damage from physical attacks, it would seem.
Ah.
Oh.
Read non-magical. Okay,
I still did 2 damage though. Haha.
so Liren, you will go next with a 4.
Can I glance around and snatch one of these dwarven weapons off the wall?
You can. You can basically grab any normal weapon, more or less.
Okay.
This guy's buried, like, it's a kind of a treasury, but it's also like a dwarven lord's burial chamber. So there is just all sorts of weapons in here.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if any of them will. Is that two-handed? Grip one-handed. I snatch up a broadsword.
Yep, you absolutely can. However, I will say that will take up a fast action to do so.
Kind of figured, yeah.
Yeah, but like you see like a sword with cobwebs on it. You go and grab it. This one is, of course, not magical. You found the magical one from Drow, and you now wield this broadsword. I can put it on your sheet if you need me to.
I already did.
Okay, sweet. It's cool. You still have your slow action. Is there anything you'd like to do?
There's no slow actions to give me willpower, are there?
No, not really.
No.
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 Yeah. All right.
And what is the charge ability you're using, Jacob? Is that a profession thing?
It's a talent.
Oh, it's a talent. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, that's my turn.
All right, cool. Sweet. I don't know if we've home ruled this or if this is in the game, but I think if you haven't taken your slow action, we ruled you could take 2 fast actions. So if something happens to you, you could use a defensive action. So keep that in mind. Okay, Drow, you'll go with number 5.
Okay. I'm gonna. Number 5. Charles hits the skeletal Iron Lord.
All right.
With
boy,
the
I
plus
love-
1 and stuff, right?
Yeah, playing against
Plus 2.
myself.
Oh, plus 2.
Yeah, because I spent 2 willpower.
And he's got a magical mace.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Oh, I forgot the buff that I just wasted. Darn it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know if you could have gotten up anyway without grabbing the sword. Okay.
Well, I could have hit it with my staff, if nothing else.
Oh,
That's
That's
true.
true.
your one like actual hit was from your artifact die.
Sick.
Yep. So that'll hit for 2 damage,
Nice.
and it looks like all this damage goes. Oh wait,
Goes
I
through?
forgot. It is time for roll armor. And I got a success,
Aw.
so I negate it. Unfortunately.
All of it?
Yes. I only got
Aw.
1 success. Okay, so Charles
But it's at 2
hits,
damage? Oh.
and
right.
the dwarven skeleton opens up his mouth and says, "Charlie, bet me." But his
Oh
armor
my
takes it.
God.
Ouch, Charlie. Ouch.
But no
Ouch.
damage. That's his turn. unless you want
Charlie,
to
that
move.
kills people.
People.
What do you
I
want to
want-
do, Trow? You
I
still
want
have
to
your
get up
whole-
and smack.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Ooh, just smack, smack.
Do
I'm
it.
going to do it.
do it.
I'm going to do it. And
Do
I
it.
get 2 is the modifier.
Yes.
There we go.
All right, that's a success for 1 point of damage. I am going to roll my armor again, which can be degraded. All right, so
Aha.
Good,
no
because it's just straight
successes?
up armor.
yes, this isn't like Monster's natural armor.
Yeah.
So you will do 1 point of damage because that is the minimum.
Okay.
So fast action, slow action. That's your turn. Gingerbread man. It is. Oh,
I
go
have
ahead, Drow.
one question.
Yes.
I had Charlie move, right?
No, he didn't
So
have
I-
to move.
Okay, can I hand off the mace to Groglin?
Fast action?
Or if you'd rather, I could just take it from him on my next turn.
I mean, I'd love to.
I
I'd love
think
to
to hand
save
it
the
off,
time.
maybe I have to spend one. You
Okay.
have to spend one kind of deal anyway. So
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
so he
Cool.
can extend it to you.
I'm hoping
Drow
that
is just going to
skeleton-
say, "That's magic, by the way."
Oh.
I think the person who has to spend it is Groglin versus the skeleton anyway, but it doesn't really matter. A skeleton doesn't really have things to do with his fast action. So we'll get around to that on your turn, Groglin.
He's got
Gingerbread
so
Man,
many things to do.
what do you want to do?
All right. I'm gonna run up to him with my knife.
All right.
Shink.
Shank, shank, shank.
Try to catch me. Stab. him.
Aw.
Alrighty. Make me an
Jeez.
attack modified by +2, and you can use your knife fighter stuff, I think.
Ooh, sweet. So a total modifier of +3.
Ah.
Haha. Well,
Knife fighter is pretty sick.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's real cool. I like it. Oh, I did increase it. That's right. Fast actions, which I've used to move. So
Yes.
attack. Ooh.
Ooh, holy moly.
Oh.
All right, so I do get
Mhm.
my armor, but I only have 3 die, and I took a bane, so I'm going to knock my armor down to 2 because you're going to do damage that gets through. No successes. You're going to do 2 points of damage to my strength. Good job. Good use of turn. Knife fighter coming in clutch. It is now my turn. What do I want to do? I'm going to roll for it because that's my favorite. Okay. It falls to its knees and it makes
No!
a gesture towards the ground. And in the next moment, a temporary gate to the kingdom of death is opened.
What?
One of you within near range, so basically anyone here except for Charlie, because Charlie's already been there.
Charlie.
Yeah, you see a score of screaming phantoms who tear your unlucky soul and call your name in anguish. So it's going to be a fear attack with 9 base die.
Oh my
I
god.
only got 1 success out of 9
goodness.
die. This is
Ooh.
going to apply to one of you in specific. I'm going to say roll a d4, 1 Groglin, 2 Drow, 3 Lyran, 4 Jin.
I'm scared.
Oh no.
That's going to be
Oh
Groglin.
no.
This combat was great, you guys.
This combat brought to you by death. The
With
gates of
this
hell are waiting for
Fear
you.
attack, Groglin goes down to 0 wits.
Uh-oh.
Oh
You
boy,
don't have
time to give
fearless?
you a heart attack.
I have lucky. So
Okay.
give me your first roll, Derek, and I'll determine if I want you to roll again.
52. Rolling
Oh,
a trauma,
boy.
Uh,
because you're now
52.
broken from wits.
52 would be mythomania. You cannot stop yourself from lying about everything. The effect should be role played. Go ahead and roll for me again, Derek.
You're not gonna
I'll
like
take-
this. I rolled a 61.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but it's not 66.
61 would be altered personality. Your personality is altered in a fundamental way. Determine how, together with the GM, the effect should be role played. Now, let me look at my actual talent. Do I get to choose or do I take the lesser one? You can re-roll once. The lowest roll counts. So I have mythomania. I
You lie a lot.
Okay. You are now broken, so you can no longer take actions in combat.
Yep.
What happens to Groglin when he sees these phantoms?
Well, hold on. It's wits. Is wits the one where you still actually get to act, or is it the one?
you're
where...
The one
always-
where you run.
I think that's the one where you run. Yeah, I think Drow's right.
You are
always, whenever you're
paralyzed. Here, I'll just read it.
broken, Okay.
You are paralyzed by fear or confusion. Roll for a critical injury on the horror table. We just did that. Except
Yeah.
if you're broken by yourself by pushing. If you remain conscious, you can run to a safe place, but you can't perform any other actions or rolls for any skills. So I have to run.
Yes. Okay,
You
cool.
gotta
So
run.
you see this thing's like eyes start to glow a dull like blue, and it just like moves its hand and rips open a tear in reality, and you start seeing these phantoms, Groglin. You are terrified, and you have to run. Speaking of which, it is your turn.
Ghosts. And I'm going to lumber away to the door.
Oh, that was
Okay,
beautiful.
make a move roll. Or no, you can't make rolls.
No. I don't even know if you can hurt me,
Yeah, I think you're right. You can just go.
or no, you might
No.
just get a free attack on me.
Yeah, but
Oh.
not all my attacks are like punch you with my thing. So.
Oh, that's fair. Then, yeah, I'm not. Yeet me away.
Yeet.
You are
Actually,
yoked.
Me away.
You're
Oh
gone.
my
Eat me
God.
away, eat me
Uh,
away.
Oh.
That's Groglin's turn.
The funny
is
thing
now-
is I
ahead.
could heal anyone else who was broken in the middle of the combat, and I have decent rolls for that. Unfortunately, no, I have really good rolls. Unfortunately, I can't do it to myself because I can't do rolls.
The thing about that though, is
Oh
I think when you're
no.
broken, you can't make checks,
Correct.
so you couldn't heal things.
So
Right.
well, I couldn't heal myself. If other people were broken, I could heal them.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. It is Liren's turn. You have your sword in hand. You have a fast action and a slow action at your disposal. What would you like to do?
All right, Lyran's gonna run up and swing with this wood.
Okay.
Swing away, Meryl. I need to watch signs.
And the
That's a good
modifier's gone, correct? The modifier
Correct.
for
Correct.
Yep.
Okay,
Hey.
so that's going to be 1 success for 2 damage. I will get my armor, but my armor is reduced.
Oh!
Oh, and it will reduce again because you will damage it while I have a Bane. You will only do 1 point of damage, though, because of my physical resistance. That's a move and a swing. No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not skeletons, to be fair, because that's slashing. And Jin did slashing damage. It is this guy takes half damage from physical sources.
Yeah, he's really
Ah.
bad at using armor.
Yeah, really
Well-
bad. Okay.
Now, quick question. I'm
Yes.
guessing it's just a foundry thing. Am I not allowed? It has the push button, but I can't push if I succeed, right? Or can I?
You could. Would you like to push it?
Yeah. I'm
ahead.
desperate and I want willpower.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm desperate for willpower.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2 Banes.
Oh
So
my
2
God.
willpower for you. However, you'll get an extra point of damage off from that. Good job. Awesome.
And the
Oh,
broad
Just
sword
want to give
got
me one
broken a little
willpower.
bit
Was I
too.
supposed to get more?
You should have
Oh
got
no,
2.
that's because
No.
because the
Only
one of the
one.
Banes was on the broadsword. You only get willpower if the Banes are on your
Oh
abilities.
no.
So if you look up in
okay.
the die here, you'll see one of them was on your strength. You can't get Banes on your skill. And then one of
Okay.
them was on your broadsword, and you only get willpower from the ones that come from your strength, basically.
Gotcha. Cool.
Sweet.
Thank you.
But hey, willpower is willpower, baby.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Drow, it is your turn. I'm guessing you want him to change Charles to change his mind.
Yeah. So he held out the thing, and then what's his name ran away. So
held it out.
he's just gonna swing.
He just looks at it quizzically, like, did this scare him off? Okay.
You
I'll
are
have
the
him swing.
skeletal lord now, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take over your kingdom.
All right, 1 success, 2 points of damage. So long as this guy's armor rolls like poop. It rolls
Yay.
moderately like poop. Both points of damage will go through. This guy, his like armor bits are falling off. His eyes the glow in them is like
Okay.
changing a little bit. That's Charles's turn. It is
Here,
your turn.
I
Drow.
want to use the fast action for Charles to have him extend the maul to me. I'm gonna use my
Okay.
fast action to take it, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna swing.
I'm actually going to put it on your character sheet so you can get to
Okay.
roll it. I can't believe I gave you guys a magical weapon only for me to roll it. It should be in your combat tab now.
All right, cool. Here we go.
We should name it
Wait,
Blunt
bada, bada.
after this.
The blunt.
We're passing the
Oh,
blunt.
Holy
Oh.
shit!
jeez. Holy crap.
Whoa!
Oh, that's nice.
Quite nice.
It's quite nice, yeah.
Would
Little
die.
little d6 for armor rolling on the table.
Oh,
That
was
is the
kind of
most
sad.
efficient I've ever seen an artifact die been used in all the time we've been playing.
Yeah, look at that. So it has a d10 artifact die, and you
I think I
rolled,
rolled
a
a 10.
for 3 successes on the artifact alone.
Golly.
I invite you to describe your kill with this magical
That's all
morning
3.
star.
Drow got a
Wait.
hat trick.
You did get a hat trick.
Yes!
Congrats.
Now, is that Drow's kill or Charlie's kill? I missed.
No, it's Drow's
Charles
killed.
handed the mace over. Drow took it, and then Drow beat the shit out of this guy.
Charles
with the mace.
Trick. Yes.
smacks him one way, throws the mace to me. I smack it the other way while he's still kind of reeling, and that crushes his face in.
Oh, that's beautiful. This reminds me, in the
Thanos.
old, what is it? The Pathfinder 1E.
Are you talking about Rune Lords?
No, Quest for the Everflame, I think.
Oh.
I've seen. I feel like I've seen a couple people. So there's a shadow fight in that. It's like a first level adventure.
Shadows, man.
And
Yes!
you get that holy dagger or whatever. And so multiple people I've seen, one person picks it up and then it's like pass it to the next person to keep stabbing the shadow.
Derek, do you
anyway.
remember in your homebrew, whenever we were
Yes.
fighting those demons, and we were getting our asses kicked, and then I remembered that I had a holy dagger, and I was playing a rogue.
Yeah, that's why I gave you the dagger and you weren't using it. You're getting your butts kicked. I was like, oh boy. Well, congratulations. You solved my Iron Lord puzzle. With him defeated, he falls into a pile of bones. Your friend, Groglin, is whimpering in the corner.
Oh,
is there
no,
anything you
don't
want to
do that to him.
Excuse me, whimpering in the doorway. I was quite clear.
Doorway. So the thing you got, does it have a time limit? Out of curiosity?
You roll it 2d6
Okay.
days.
For the next
Oh
2d6
my God.
days.
Holy crap.
I want to be a lying little
4
dwarf.
days.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, I can't believe we got through everything today. I didn't think we would.
We're awesome.
You look
That was
through and you
beautiful.
find more treasure. You find some gemstones. You find some ancient coins. You find the old banners on the wall. You have your choice of weapons here. You also see like the artwork. You having made an incredible archaeological and perhaps a wealthy find to set yourselves up in the Forbidden Lands, so long as you can climb down with it.
Yeah.
But that
Or
is
we
a
just set
story
up base here.
for
For
another
later.
day. Congratulations, you've made it through the dungeon of the Iron Lord.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something that I really like to do as a GM, since we have time, is I love pulling back the curtain because I like GMing a lot and I like showing how the stuff works. So that golem, again, Forbidden Lands thing at all, I found a forum post where
He's
someone made a
homebrew.
clay golem and I modified it into a stone golem.
Ooh.
Oh, sweet.
What was,
Is
the,
anything-
what was the difference? What did you change with that?
There was a lot. First of all, I made him a lot weaker.
Okay, fair
you-
enough. Thank you.
Do you have a stat
I-
block that we can see?
I can send it to you in our little chat here.
Ooh,
There's a
yeah,
forum
yeah.
post that I pulled it from. I'll post that and then I'll show it on Foundry as well. And let me just do this. I'll go to my actors and I'll let you both be able. I'll let everyone be able to view it. Observer. So that's the Iron Lord, and then this is the Golem of the Iron Lord. So if you click on him, he had 8 strength. He had an armor rating of 5 that you were able to get past because of your dispel. He also had the thing like skeletons do, where non-magical weapons that don't deal blunt only do 1 point of damage maximum. What I did to adapt him here is change everything from clay to stone. I reduced his stuff. I added less of his abilities, and everything that I added, I reduced the attack dice by 2.
Okay.
I'm so happy I got to do that stone rumble where I got to like do a fear attack. There was another one that I altered where he could the golem smashes the ground with violent abandon, creating shockwaves in the earth and throwing up rocks and debris, making the surrounding area unstable to walk on. Everyone within near, which would have been all of you at that point, has to
Yeah.
make a move roll or be knocked to the ground. They're also pelted with flying debris. It's a really I lowered the attack roll on that a lot because I really wanted to just knock you to the ground. That was 4 dice for 1 damage, and the ground becomes rough terrain, which makes it harder for you to move.
We don't see that a lot in this game.
No,
Getting
so that
knocked
was really
prone.
cool. Yeah, because
Oh,
it's a
really?
fast action to stand up from prone, but that would cost your action economy, and then you like would take more actions to move. It would have been made things more hard.
Yeah, yeah.
The
But
other
that's what
thing,
it was so good that Liren got rid of his armor because he would have been really tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy would have been worse than the Iron
Let's
Lord.
hear it for Liren. Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Good job, lasagna.
lasagna.
Yeah, his he had that fear attack, and then I think his strongest attack was 8 base dice, which would have been 10 before I modified it.
Oh wow.
And then the Iron Lord, everyone that's played Forbidden Lands with me before is already familiar with. There's a monster called a Death Knight.
Mhm.
I
shit,
reduced
he was
it a little
Death
bit.
Knight?
Yeah, and I altered it a little bit. I didn't
Okay.
give him all his things, but the Death Knights are cool because they look like skeletons, but they do take all types of damage. They just only take half from physical. And they have this nice combination of strong attacks. Like power attack is an attack with 10 base dice, and knocks you out into near range. So like basically smacks you so hard it sends you across the map.
Lying.
There's the Unholy Roar, which is a fear attack with 6 base dice. There was the Deathly Visions, which we got on
Yeah.
Jacob's character. And my favorite, I think, is Sweeping Attack, which lets me sweep my weapon and attack all adventurers within arm's length with 8 base die, which is great because it's basically like cleaving.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I towed it down for you guys because I know how much XP you have.
Huh.
But I love
Thank
these, and I
you.
really
Merciful
love.
DM.
I really love the
Yay.
artwork that being generated again. I'm gonna show. Here is the here's the Iron Lord skeleton again, and then here is the golem. I think it did such a good job.
It did. They look great.
They look so awesome.
Like the basic lines, but it communicates. Like there's even a good chunk of a face in that
yeah,
golem,
yeah.
stone golem.
And it looks like degraded, like it's been there. It
Mhm.
looks like it just did its like
Mhm,
Earth Smash
mhm.
attack too.
Old
Uh,
clay pot that's just breaking apart.
Yeah. Oh, it's so dope.
Yeah.
Anyway, any questions, rules questions, thoughts, comments as we end our session?
I love
Charlie
it.
was also a dwarf, right?
So what?
Charlie was also a dwarf skeleton, right?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Good, good, good.
You
Yeah,
have
that
so
was
much money
good.
to
Thank you.
spend, but you'll never get to spend it because it's a one shot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, for those who haven't played Forbidden Lands, getting even that whole gold hammer that was worth 2 gold pieces is like
Oh,
a ton of
that's
money.
so good.
2 gold pieces.
It is a solid end
money.
of the adventure stash.
Yeah.
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 Derek, do we want to do our XP even though we don't get to spend it?
You know what? Why don't we? We have time.
All
Uh,
right.
You were all good. So, did you participate in the game session? You did. Take an XP.
Yeah.
You
Yay!
didn't travel through a new hex. You didn't discover a new adventure site, but you did defeat 1 or more monsters. And you did find a
Yeah.
treasure worth 1 gold or more.
Yeah.
You didn't build a function in your stronghold.
Aw.
I don't think any of you rolled to activate your pride. No.
No.
I
Did
teased
you
it a lot.
suffer? Did you suffer from your dark secret?
No.
Did anyone?
Mm-mm.
No one
and then
touched me.
No, anyone risk their life for another PC? Well, Charlie did, but he's a skeleton.
But he's really part of the family.
Charlie gets the bonus XP.
Yeah, I'd say we need to come up with a way to keep Charlie alive now.
You carry
Did
his
you
bones in
perform
a bag.
an extraordinary action of some kind? I would say Drow did with the whole handing the Morning Star over and then beating the shit out of that guy.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So you would take
Hey.
4 and everyone
Mhm.
else would take 3. Oh.
Nice.
So if anyone's interested in Forbidden Lands,
Hello
it's great.
there.
It's published by Free
Mm.
League. It comes in a box set usually with the player's handbook and the GM's guide and a map. If you use Foundry, the Foundry module is amazing, and I highly recommend it. The only other thing I would say is that the GM screen they sell, this is like one of the few GM screen I actually recommend you really should have. Like all the rest of them are nice to have. This is like almost essential. It has all the actions and combat you can do. It has every single weapon in the game. It has like everything you need at a glance. If you need like a specific rule, obviously you can look at the book, but like I use this all the time to figure out what damage my players are going to do because it's easier to just look at my GM screen than find it in the book. and even sometimes faster than the Foundry module for me as the GM at least.
Oh wow.
That is awesome.
I proselytize this game hard. And if you like this, you can hear me, Drow, and Jacob play it in our podcast, the Third Gallon podcast, season 1 of it. So the show is about us trying different games, and our season 1 game was Forbidden Lands. Admittedly, we started that like almost 2 years ago at this point. So like I think it still sounds good, but like we have gotten a lot better as performers in those 2 years.
Yeah.
So like if you want to A/B,
Yeah.
you can listen to episode 1 and then you compare it to like the latest thing we released. It's a big jump. But like
yes. Compare episode 1 to episode like 46 of our 3rd season.
I know what you're talking about. We're great.
But it's still good. I go back and listen to our season 1 a lot because, or not the whole thing, but I listen to parts of it a lot because I had so much fun running it, and there's a lot of great memories in it. And we play through. We get a stronghold. We played for about half a year, so a mid-ish kind of short-length campaign. It was super fun.
It's a great system. I love Forbidden Lands. I really enjoyed it. Combats are quick. Everything's simple. It's easy to understand as soon as you start playing it. And having a thing like Foundry really helps.
Oh yeah.
It would be a lot harder without Foundry because you have the types of dice you roll is really important. You need to say like, this comes from my abilities, these come from my skills, this comes from my gear, whatever else. And Foundry just like automates all that, so it's super dope. If you like this system, this is running the Mutant Year Zero engine by Free League, so they have the game Mutant Year Zero, but this also powers versions of it also power the Alien RPG, as well as Twilight 2000, and there's another one, but I can't remember it at the moment.
Ooh, actually, we got a list from someone.
Is the One Ring this system as well, or is that a different system?
I don't think so.
I think the One Ring's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the One Ring Free League?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize it was Free League.
Yep.
Free League
They've been doing a ton of
Cool.
franchise. Oh, I remember what it is. It's the Walking Dead game that's coming up.
You was telling me about that. Yeah.
It is also same base system as this. Like each incarnation of it is a little different, but the same idea of pool of dice of some variety, and the whole like pushing to get for a risk but getting a reward if you get like Bane or whatever. Like that core concept is in all of them, more or less.
It's got Coriolis, Forbidden Lands, Twilight Zero, Mutant Year Zero, Alien.
Yeah,
those are all Free League.
Free League does really good franchise stuff, and they actually have, I think it's Dragonbane, which is their own revival of a Swedish TTRPG. That one is D20, but it's weird because it like works backwards. You want to roll low or something like that.
Huh.
It's interesting. I only looked at the quick start guide for it, but it's super neat.
Cool.
Free League makes some dope games.
They do. They really do.
Yeah.
Seeing that. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Third Gallon Podcast. It's THIRD. Don't forget that. Don't do the 3RD. I was making that mistake, and then Drow's voice in my head went THIRD.
Fun fact, so we can't handle that on like social media platforms, but if you typed in like number 3rdgallon.com, it redirects you to the right website.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, good job.
That's cool. Good. Don't forget to check them out. Definitely check them out. You're on what, season 3 now?
Yeah, so our third, we played Forbidden Lands, and then we played the Witcher RPG, and now we're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
That one's fun.
Yeah, all the seasons have been really fun for us. The first 2 are about 24-ish episodes each, and the third one, like, we just recorded episode 52 yesterday. It's our first foray into doing something more long-term. We're playing Pathfinder 2e. Yeah. We just like it too much because
we like Pathfinder.
We say the show is about us trying new games, but what it really is us doing what we want, which happens to be trying new games. So
it's a different Pathfinder than what we've usually played.
It is.
So be proud of us for that.
And
that's all you're getting.
We do try to do this thing when we're learning new season 1 of our 3rd season. I think is one of the better pieces of content we've ever put out. A lot went into that. So S3E1, I think that one's called Once Upon a Time in the Mana Wastes. But what we do that I think our mission is if you're like someone who wants to play this new RPG, but like you don't just want to buy the book and read it and figure out how it goes. You want to hear someone else do it. That's the kind of thing we're trying to solve. So we specifically read the books beforehand and do like test sessions, kind of like we did when we were about to run this, to get like just the rough edges out of the way. But when we start, like that's our first non-one-shotty, like that's our actual first campaign every season. Same thing, even with Pathfinder 2e, we'd never played it before. So we'll have an idea of the rules. We'll know enough to play, but we'll also like say like, we just learned this. Here's how this works to help people figure it out. And we edit things, but we also leave in us looking up rules to a certain extent. Cut it together real quick so that like, because we think that if anyone's going to play this, they're going to hit the same problems that we are. And especially with like the Witcher RPG, that game is really complicated. And it's like combat charts or whatever. And we've heard that it's helped people out a lot. So
sweet.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just glad I got to come here and share some Forbidden Lands.
You know, so am I. You're always welcome for any of the one-shots that we do. They're on Tuesdays these days, though, so that's a bad day for you all.
Yeah.
Next time we have a Sunday chance one, I'll try to do that again, because there are a lot of TTRPGs out there that I really want to experience as well. The next one I was telling Jacob about at the beginning of all this, the SCP TTRPG system. I really want to jump into that. It looks scary
Jacob
fun.
and I are big SCP fans, so
You should
I
check that
understand.
out. You should check that out. It's very different. It works differently. Uses dice pools and exploding dice a lot more.
Ooh.
But it's also
Exploding
brutal.
dice are
You can-
nifty.
Yeah, they are nifty. You can
As
see
they
that.
should be.
The book's put together well.
the one
and all
that you can get on
wonderful.
Drive RPG, or is it a different one?
Yes.
I have
26-letter
you
publishing?
should be able to. Maybe. I don't know. I have it in physical because I'm a physical book guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Digital. Looking at a screen. I look at a screen for a fucking living. I don't want to do it anymore when I'm reading.
That's
Yep.
fair.
That's fair. I
Take
feel
a break
that.
from the eyes. So down for some SCP stuff. Cathoris. I always say it wrong. Cathoris, you're in. We'll plan a SCP one shot. Anyone else for that? Definitely. Any other last little pushes from you all? That was an incredible. Thank you so much, Derek, for explaining a lot more about what the third gallon
Yes,
podcast
the third
does.
pond.
The third pollen galcast.
Oh
Have
boy.
we ever told you where that
so
name
much
comes
is
from?
happening.
Oh yeah, because the alchemy jug only does 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So
We're
where's the
talking
fifth
about
gallon?
Tomb of Annihilation. That's where that name came
Yeah,
from. We were playing
that's
that
where it is.
D&D adventure, and they had one in there, so that's how we got the name. Comes
It's
from
one of my
5e.
favorite things to do with Callus with his alchemy jug was to say, "Yeah, I'll give you some ale," and then whisper mayonnaise. and hand it to them.
Mayonnaise became like a
Mayonnaise.
currency because
Oh
they're out in the
God,
wilderness,
yeah.
and it's just like, oh, fresh mayonnaise, it would go bad otherwise.
We
Yeah.
found that jug and didn't play for the 2 hours because we were laughing and joking about it for so long.
We calculated how many Jimmy John sandwiches you could make with 2 gallons of fresh mayonnaise. A lot.
Jeez.
It was a good time. Typical session,
Wow.
derailed.
It's
Yep.
amazing. Right, I'm gonna give the MichaelHoweArts another chance to say hello and pitch what he does.
Well,
Go,
hello.
buddy.
Hello, I'm Michael Howe. I do digital art of a fantastical nature, characters, illustrations, and comics. I'm wrapping up a comic right now, and you can watch me draw live most days of the week over on twitch.tv/MichaelHoweArts.
Woo.
Magnificent. If you want an example right now of what his art's like, take a look in the middle of the screen. He drew that. That's our logo. He did that wonderfulness and our Lily stuff. From myself, don't forget, next week, Sunday, is the start of Campaign 2. This was actually the last one-shot we had going on the Sundays until the start of Campaign 2. It's going to be starting at the same time, 3 p.m. And also don't forget about Tuesday, the Heroes Feast at 8 p.m. MST. Tuesdays, the last Tuesday, is going to be one-shots. Our next one is April 30th. It's going to be GM'd by Zelda Elf 90 Studios, and it's going to be a very special Zelda one-shot. We're going to be going inside that world. So, look forward to that. Take a look at our tree, follow our socials, look at the Instagram mostly, because it's just better. I'm trying
than
to
the
push...
Twitter?
It's just so much better than Twitter. So much better. I'm
Is that
almost
still
giving up on
going
Twitter.
The back and forth battle?
No, not anymore, but I'm thinking about
Okay.
starting it again between Twitch and Instagram, because Instagram is close.
Ooh.
It's close again. But they did definitely won. I even gave them a longer bridge to gap than myself. I only needed 20 and they needed like 35 and they still won. Twitter sucks, people, but still follow it because that's where all my immediate announcements go. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much, Jacob and Drow from the Third Gallon for coming out, and Michael Howe, and especially to you, Derek, for bringing in this wonderful one-shot and giving us a sample and taste of Forbidden Lands. I'm definitely buying the system now.
It's
It was
awesome.
so much fun. Thanks,
It's
Derek.
so much
You
fun.
are welcome. I love this game.
We are going to put ourselves onto that end screen, but don't go anywhere because we're raiding someone. Talk about a different system as well. Vampire the Masquerade. Macrobay Derek is going right now, and they are in that system. They've got some fun stuff going on a regular basis. So let's go say hello, spread some love, drop some follows, and say hi. Or hello there. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.